Okay, let's do this. Let's build towards race one of the match in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. The defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, the official challenger of record, Ineos Britannia. It will be a port entry from New Zealand, a starboard entry from Ineos Britannia. It will be delicate in these conditions.
Potentially, I have the British team possibly late for their entry. They were quite late getting foiling over that right-hand side. So Emirates Team New Zealand looking like they'll be on time. Possibly late for the British team entering, but we'll have to wait and see in this first duel.
Emirates Team New Zealand hit the green light. They are good to go to enter the start box, and Ineos Britannia will be late. They can now enter the box, but they are way off.
Decision now on Emirates Team New Zealand, surely, of whether to go and actually try and give them a bit of courage.
Kiwis heading towards the British. The track in front of them, going to try and stop them getting into the starting box.
Down here, that's the mark there. Next move out here, Pete. Jibe. Happy. They're going to follow around there.
Well, the British are in. They have entered the starting box, just over a minute to go. There is lots of holes in this breeze, and we saw Great Britain fall foul of that.
Coming up all the way.
55 to the start.
3,
Looking to tack under them, I think. Okay, they go early, go past.
Yeah.
Go past.
They're going past.
Fun.
8 to the pin.
All about the time and distance, how long there is left to the start, how long it's going to take you to get there, your position relative to the opposition.
There's good stuff far right, so if they go, I'd want to go with them.
Go slower, sorry. Go on.
Emirates Team New Zealand a little early, just having to kill a little bit of time. The British will be almost time on distance for the pin from where they are.
Well, we didn't get the fight, the tussle we were hoping for. But this is going to be close at the start.
The charge towards history is about to begin. Race one of the match, and the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup is a go.
30 to boundary.
A beautiful start from the Kiwis. 3.5 metres back, nothing at this speed, doing 35 knots.
A little early speed advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand. Just off the line with about 2.5 knots more boat speed, converting that into an early gain.
Going to use all the boundary?
Yep.
Kiwi team, though, in this light air, when they do tack, if they exit the boundary on port tack, they will be the giveaway boat. Whilst they're inside the boundary, they have all the rights.
It's good. They've got low to be fast.
Nice breeze coming on us.
Lovely tack from Emirates Team New Zealand.
We just want to make sure we get out of here if we need to.
Or try and get over fast.
I can go faster.
Yep. Big pressure here. Goes really nicely.
Taking Kano. Taking mainland.
That's kind of time trial at the top. Get this go-to done.
The two helmsmen on board New Zealand at the top, Nick Nightridge on the left-hand side.
A tech I would go with. Transitioning the lull now. Okay, go to that next puff now.
Yeah, I think you're all the way to that righty now.
236, slightly left of average. Marks it through here. Yep.
New Zealand are gaining here since they've been on port. I'm just watching those metres gained, and it's Ineos that are losing valuable metres. Some of it could be that the pressure is on the left-hand side. We heard that pre-start. The initial build would be from the left, and I think there's more left-hand pressure coming, and it'll hit Emirates Team New Zealand first.
Back in now.
Yeah. Go a bit further, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
2, 1, 4 down. 3, 2, 1, mate.
They've gone.
Mine. I'm happy to go if they go.
They've gone.
See that darker patch of breeze on the water. Ineos Britannia just getting into that and then tacking, trying to take advantage of that angle, but Emirates Team New Zealand also tacking in that same wind shift as well. So just not letting the British get too far out to one side, so trying to stay in between their opponents and that top gate.
Following him in here, not sure you take your time.
If he goes before late, you can
Hard
keep
to say,
going.
it's okay, it's all right. He's right here at the moment.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, lengthening to 1.6 nautical miles.
Very good sign if they're lengthening the course. The wind is in and stable.
They tacked as well. I made it we can.
Yeah, more pressure coming too. Up beyond the top mark, I'm seeing greener patches on the water, so I think there's more pressure coming down the course. But both boats will be around this top mark gate before that new pressure hits them.
Numbers. Okay. Going button.
So Ineos Britannia sitting in the dirty air of Emirates Team New Zealand, so that wing wash or that sail wash coming out the back.
Button. I've got way too faking coming down. That's right.
That'll slow
What do you think, early job?
British team down.
Just settle. I think the pressure will be good straight.
Emirates Team New Zealand about to complete the first leg of 6
There's
in
more gas on the
race
drive.
1, the
Down in
opening
3,
race of the match here in
2,
Barcelona.
1.
Strong start has given them the advantage at this point.
At the moment for me.
Copy.
It's me there, no deeper Pete. I know it's
Ineos
slightly
Britannia
lifted right now.
coming through. The one thing we have seen in the whole of this regatta, downwind, Britannia is quick.
Early jibe here. Copy. Pressure hit. Right into it. 2, 5. Working down. Okay, all the way down. Go hard. No, way jibe. Hit it, boys. And forward down here. That's it. 1. Made. Turning. I will.
Happy to go.
2, 1. Come on.
Kiwi fans like that, don't they? It's a long way to go, but you'll take anything if you're a fan. Any moment of advantage, enjoy it.
British team having to sail back through some dirty air there as well downwind, so sailing into slightly more pressure though.
Take a breath.
So that might compensate for a bit of turbulence.
Still got to watch the bottom corner. Feeling that wind now.
Protect the right looking down.
Yep. Count through. That's it, wind there now, Nate. 240s.
British there, 3 knots faster in their boat speed, so sailing at extra pressure. Big gains to Ineos Britannia.
Yep. You're happy in a little fast, matey, aren't we?
I think PNGs are good, bro.
They've gone in. They're just getting a
New
good tow
Zealand
down there.
pretty well towing right down the middle of the track here. It's still quite swirly, and with this breeze increasing, the chopper's got up, but it's not aligning with the wind. The sea state is coming more from the right-hand side, looking down the course, and Ineos, as we've seen time and time again, look pretty pacey on leg 2.
Well, since the top mark, we've seen a 100-metre gain for the British boat. They've been sailing in 2.5 knots more wind pressure than the Kiwis. Look at that view. They are closing in.
Okay, you want to take that? Precious. Got something on here now.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, lengthening the course to 1.7 nautical miles.
Turning. I will.
So that extra true wind speed
Probably want to go with
extra power
Yep.
for the boats, and that in turn means extra speed, so race committee extending the course out to hit that target time.
Might be a little wide on this camp.
Pardon, all good. Just compressing here, guys.
Airline's in 25 here.
Have a little look up the course if you've got
So
it.
the cyclors on the top right-hand screen there, basically providing all the hydraulic oil power to move the sail plant on board the AC-75. So everything below deck powered by batteries, everything above deck powered by the cycling team.
Good phase now. Anytime, bro.
2.
Ineos Britannia surely just about to sail into the wing wash of Emirates Team New Zealand. Ineos Britannia on a J1, their biggest jib, and possibly Team New Zealand on a J2, not 100% their biggest jib, just a click smaller than their max power on the front of the boat.
It's got the left mark. Buffers in the middle. Will be one more time.
Kiwis laying the gate. One more manoeuvre for the British team.
Emirates team New Zealand about to complete leg number 2 of 6, a third of the way through the opening race in the match, but there's just a sense this one is going to be very, very close. They get around and head up on the second upwind leg, and it's been a good downwind leg for Ineos Britannia. Very good one.
Smart move by Emirates Team New Zealand to take that other turn. They could have laid in right, but by taking that left turn, they put Ineos Britannia immediately in their wing wash and force Ineos Britannia to do an early tack away down speed.
Great positioning from the Kiwis already in that defending position. Got the British right where they want them.
Hey, nice bit on board. For now.
That's it, right there, so...
Right, here.
If you're new to America's Cup viewing here in Barcelona, there is 2 helmsmen and 2 trimmers, 2 cyclers on each side, so very much sharing steering and trimming duties and decision making.
3 still right, got 40 seconds this way. Does look good on the right, I think they've probably done that.
Okay, let's stand by here.
Yep.
2, 1, and board.
2, 1, made.
Landing.
I will. 2, 1, down board.
Both boats over on the left-hand boundary. It's turned into a classical match race. Emirates Team New Zealand now are playing the really typical match race tactic of being on top of the trailing boat and just trying to get a bit of a handle here on relative boat speed between the 2 boats, and this will be a long port hand over to that right-hand boundary. And I'm just looking at the gauge between the 2 boats, and it's New Zealand that are extending. Again, I think that's more pressure related than boat-on-boat boat speed at this stage.
Could get up here a little more. Really stretching here at the moment. I think
just
I'd go
looking at the VMG numbers, that means how much progress you're making to where you're going.
3, 2.
British slightly better VMG.
There's not much in this. There's not much in this at all.
Coming into good pressure on the nose. Good gains received.
Standing for velocity made good. So for those that
choose best
the sport,
not quite yet.
Some of the most important numbers you can see
left phase.
on your instrumentation.
Top marks, exits.
Okay, copy.
It's a rather complicated name for something that's quite simple.
Real nice pressure. Yeah, nice.
Andy Maloney there,
beautiful spot. Looks good all the way to
foil
the
trimming duty, so actually flying at the AC-75 above the water surface.
The question is, do we
Those
protect
very,
the
very
left
small
there, or are we
foils.
happy just to hit again?
I think we hit again now. It's knocking a bit.
Yep.
Emirates Team New Zealand, look, they've got that lovely patch of wind, that green area we can see on the wind
I think we
field.
hit them on this one hard now.
Yep.
Heading higher than Britannia.
Stand by.
I'll call the board, you guys do
The meters are creeping up.
1, board down.
It's gone.
2, 1, made.
Landing.
I will. 2, 1, down board.
Ben Ainsley handing over to Dylan Fletcher and driving duties aboard Ineos Britannia.
Nice way for you to build on.
And the wing wash off the back again of the Kiwi boat will be working its way down towards the British team.
Nice lifted marks.
Looks like a pretty good man, top right.
Those lighter conditions, very, very
It looks like there's good breeze all the
bending
way.
in the breeze around all those sails, so a lot of dirty air going down there.
I think it's going to hold, right? It's only 20 delay.
Yeah, looks okay, straight.
Anytime.
See the difference in VMG there, Shirley. Any options there for the British team apart from tacking away.
Little hard mode if not, they've gone. 2, 1, go on board.
On board Ineos, this is Dylan Fletcher, his port helm, gold medalist from Tokyo in the skiff class, his first America's Cup. And we have watched him grow over the last 6 weeks. What a talent he is. Here is his co-helm, driving the whole campaign and the boat. 4 times gold medalist Ben Ainsley,
on the box.
driver on starboard.
Okay, stand by.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, lengthening to 1.8 nautical miles.
At my wheel.
It has been a strong leg upwind for Emirates Team New Zealand. They have defended Ineos well at this point. Halfway through race 1 in the match, and it's the defender leading as they head downwind for leg number 4.
It's like that phase.
I don't think there's a rush, is there?
No, I don't think there is either.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
bit different this time.
Just on the bow
joy
there,
of
it looks to be
sport.
going
Nothing
right.
better than seeing a fan of any sporting team just smile.
Am I wheel?
And there is so much to smile about when you're watching these high-tech AC-75s flying around the course. 7 tons of majestic nautical architecture. There goes Ineos Britannia. They're now the chaser. All right, they're the hunter. That's a crowd. That's a crowd.
It's a lot more even on the run than it did last time.
A little more wind, wouldn't it?
New Zealand just doubled their lead on that second windward beat. That's an ominous sign, but it's still quite swirly with the wind. But my initial thought is that New Zealand has had an upwind edge, and the conditions have actually settled down a little bit. There was a bit of comms coming from Nathan Outridge about coming over to the right-hand side, because I think they got a little bit caught out on that first downwind, but this time it's a little bit more settled.
On board, Emirates Team New Zealand, and the front position being taken on by foil trimmers. And the second position back by the helm, and the back 2 positions by the Cycor team on both sides of the yacht.
There's an enviable composure on board Emirates Team New Zealand, and I think you've sailed with them, you've done the last 2 cups with them. Having Nathan Outridge on the other side of the boat has really added to that. They seem confident. Their racecraft, their execution is spot on.
Obviously a bit more separation this time.
It really is, and Nate's doing a brilliant job.
Doesn't look amazing downwind, but I'm sure it's good. It's just a bit deceiving.
Looks okay on the bow, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks good on the bow. Just like immediate jibe's no good, but I think A-line jibe's good.
Copy.
He's going to probably go to pretty soon. Yeah, he's gone now.
Quite lifted.
Happy to go any time with the lift.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, forward down. A little lighter, boys. Quite a lot lighter.
Burling handing the driving duties over now to Nathan, and Pete now becomes the tactician and course manager.
The bottom's here, I think.
Hello, Emma.
And the look of race.
The Outridge family.
It's better if we can go
very
left,
accomplished
but if
author as
it
well.
happens that we have to just go right, and there's enough wind to attack here. It's not the end of the world. Close to laying here, eh?
I don't think I'm going to get down that far.
Hugely powerful sail plan in these lighter conditions on the AC-75.
Definitely protecting right on the beat when we can, but no, they'll have to do the extra one to get there too.
Pretty nice left lane here.
Yeah, lifting now.
See how we hook up out of the stripe, right? Whether we want to go left again.
Yes. Nathan and the guys on that port
Just go
side
a little over it.
completely
They've gone
blind
above. They've got
to their crew
Sitting
members
up
on the other
left.
side of the boat, so having to rely 100% on comms to paint the picture to sail the boat accurately around the course.
Yeah, for sailors around the world, can you imagine you can only see 180 degrees? It is a different game.
Straight through and then just tap or either or.
Straight through on the front lane, Andy.
Emirates Team New Zealand approaching the bottom gate, and that will complete leg number 4. They've controlled this race to this point. The defender of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. Remember, first to 7 race wins.
New
Zealand flag flies, and why not? There's a long, long way to go.
Switch the gas and then you
3, 2, 1, forward down. Sorry, no worries, nice win.
Ineos Britannia now approaching the bottom gate. They will complete 4 legs. It's a 6-leg race, so get around that mark and then you're upwind for the last time before you head home here in Barcelona.
See some accumulated data there.
Look at that. Look at that for a crowd on the opening day of the match.
Just a click advantage there, surely, on the average VMG and speed to Emirates Team New Zealand. But you'd expect that by being able to sail their own angles. Sail through dirty air.
That'll be nice.
On board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand, Ray Davies joins us right now. Controlling this opening encounter pretty well, Ray.
Yeah, so far so good. Now for sure the guys are sailing really well. Like for sure there's lots of dots to join out here, and they're doing a fantastic job of linking those, and therefore a lot more performance. So yeah, tricky conditions, but yeah, really happy with how they're sailing, very composed.
Ray, very difficult conditions to pick sails this morning. How was the process there?
Yeah, we pulled ours up and down a couple of times. Yeah, this new breeze was potentially going to come in a little bit stronger, so we're covering the option of going to a smaller sail, and we're happy with the weather call. Roger Batten was just nailing it, and yeah, he was to within half a knot, so fantastic job there by our Cloudsy boy. So good shout out there. But you know, it's tricky out here. There's a lot of cloud around. It's clearing now. It's a lot more stable than what we'd seen earlier. So hopefully we get a couple of good races in today.
Thanks for your time, Ray. Appreciate it. Let's go across to the Ineos Britannia chase boat with Rob Wilson. Rob, quick question. Late into the start, any reason?
There was a few little issues they were having after the battery swap with one of the batteries, which just put us on the back foot very slightly.
Yeah, how pleased are you with how well the boys have recovered from that and sailing well?
Yeah, they're edging back in there. The Kiwis are making it pretty tough though. You know, it's super shifty out there and quite up and down on the pressure, and they've just put their elbows out, and it's hard to get around them, that's for sure.
Thanks for your time, Rob.
Thank you.
Like it's on the boundary in front of us.
On board Ineos, we can see there the new M1 mainsail looks a bit flatter in the foot to me. The one they used through the Louis Vuitton finals had a bit more camber than that, so they've obviously learned from sailing against Luna Rossa. So that's something new I've seen on Ineos. Emirates Team New Zealand push forward, they're in slightly better breeze, heading over to the right-hand boundary.
Well, that was interesting to find out from their coach, Rob Wilson, what the issue was. The batteries obviously needed to work the foils, and the first sign of issues with reliability we have seen from this team in the whole summer.
You're on the money. We have been talking up the reliability of Ineos Britannia this whole regatta. But that's just a small issue. But gee whiz, costly in the opening race of the match, as it is turning out.
Ben Ainsley with the clear lenses today. We've seen Ben and the guys chop and choose between lenses. Cloudy conditions. The foil there, absolutely ripping through the water upwind. Lee McMillan on flight control. He's doing flight control on the port side of the yacht, so controlling that foil that's in the water at the moment. So fantastic viewing position. The Ineos team actually a slightly different crew configuration. Their foil trimmers at the rear of the boat versus Emirates Team New Zealand. Bledmont, his opposite foil trimmer on the windward side. So their cyclers in the middle. Helms in that forward position. Very similar cycler configuration powering the boat.
The rower, Matt Rossiter, cycling for all he's got, providing the power for those trimmers to do exactly what they need to do.
A lot of oil needing to be moved on board the AC-75s in these slightly lighter conditions, so coming out of the tax, going almost from fully depowered on the sail package to fully powered up and then back to fully depowered again.
I think we'll get them, mate.
Yeah, you're pretty easy, I think. So watch the back of the waves.
The final upwind leg is about to be completed by the Defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, and then they'll round that mark in the top game and head home. The finish line is the next point of reference.
Steady, steady. I think you get driving about 40.
All those fans inside Kiwi Corner wanting only one thing, and that's a win in race one.
Yep. Any sign of it dropping will go, but I think we're good for at least 20.
Top speed in the Barraway in just over 7.4 knots of true wind speed, so fantastic performance.
Breeze is a bit lighter. We heard them say it on board, and I can see it's only 7 or 8 knots. Getting trickier.
Unfortunately, Eos Britannia just having to do that final tack right in the dirty air that Emirates Team New Zealand just provided by rounding that top mark. So very difficult from here to dig their way back into this one.
At the moment might be an earliest
Eos Britannia will around the top gate for the final time in race one, match one.
Big push for the Cyclaws here to get that massive twin skin mainsail back sheeted on.
Any time here? Goodbye. 2, 1, 1 down. 2, 1, please. Come out.
Both these boats have managed the course, as you say, connecting the dots beautifully today. There's still one more race to come, weather permitting, and potentially after this, the Pooch Women's America's Cup single match race final. But right now, the Defender is heading towards the finish line.
Little header on the scrounger with a gust.
Still quite a lot of puffs and lulls on this course, so a lot of powering up of the sail package and depowering. You just see how much that Traveller is moving around on the main to control the roll of the yacht. That's the most important thing.
We get a lovely view of how deep that mainsail is. I mean, really versatile setup, isn't it? Sometimes we look at it and it's absolutely flat.
Yeah, the twin skin mainsail package is very, very efficient, being able to separate the high and low pressure side of that aerodynamic foil structure, and able to go through a massive depth range, going from almost dead flat to 13 or 14% camber.
It all happy to step down, but
yeah, copy. It looks okay. Yeah, getting a little header here. Just coming down with it.
They make it look easy, don't they? They make it look easy, but they are just
at us a boundary now, so they'll be
managing it so beautifully as the conditions have dropped off somewhat.
Certainly not top-end breeze at the moment, but 36 knots of boat speed. Those little skinny foils going through the water surface area. Only about 1.2 square metres of foil surface area, keeping 7,000 kilos foiling across the water surface.
Even a small truck up in the air, it's quite something.
Both teams on their M1 mainsail, so the biggest sail area, around about 145 square metres.
Good. It's always better straight, so a little bit over helps just get in easy.
If you hung your head over the side of the boat and had a look out, that's what you'd be seeing.
45 to go, 45 to line.
It's Cam Webster on the cycling team, just giving his
anytime should be good.
Cyclaw group a heads up of their next manoeuvre coming up.
I think so.
Hamish Bonda, an Olympic gold medalist in row. His combination with Eric Murray is legendary in rowing circles. He's also been a bronze medalist as a cyclist in the Commonwealth Games. He has the biggest motor I have seen in many, many years in professional sport. But right now, on the opening day of the match in race one, the Defender Emirates Team New Zealand has done what it set out to do and put a stake in the ground. Emirates Team New Zealand win race one of the match.
they have reason to cheer, not just for the win, but the Kiwi outfit did not put a foot long.
And in comes Ineos Britannia. And as coach Rob Wilson said, a battery issue at the start saw them come in late to the start box, and it has put them, as he said, quote, on the back foot. But what will happen in race number 2? There's more racing to come. Don't you worry about that. Ineos Britannia crossed the line, but it's advantage Emirates Team New Zealand.
Backing up. Reach. Up on, guys. Keep going. Where to go?
So time to go racing. Early advantage to the defender Emirates Team New Zealand. And Ineos Britannia leveled the scoreboard at the end of day 1.
It's important for Ineos Britannia to stop any momentum, to even up the score.
Fantastic shot on board, Ineos Britannia there. They'll be
probably racing here.
setting up for their entry. Emirates Team New Zealand pulling off their manoeuvre on the other side of the course. Both boats looking like they're on time.
Ineos Britannia coming in on port. They can enter from 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and then Emirates Team New Zealand add 2 minutes on starboard.
I'm going to come down here.
Tiny bit late, but thankfully not as late as last time. And in 2 minutes, in comes the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand. Now watch this little battle unfold.
Ineos Britannia cleanly across.
Happy any time there, going up.
See what the Kiwis do.
Board down.
Ineos will be rolling into their standard tacking and circling manoeuvre. I've seen that many times before in the Challenger Series. I'll be looking to come in behind and actually put pressure on Emirates Team New Zealand. They get the choice then of whether to jump or whether to push.
Both teams will have a playbook. A few different moves in this scenario.
A potential dial-up here coming up. Ineos having to avoid.
We'll be taking from get my Canton here.
No, this is a proper match race start here.
Trying to get down one from here.
1 minute to go to start, so British needing to come back on time on distance. Kiwis needing to get downwind. Engage with Ineos Britannia.
17, 15.
Thoughts?
Both teams probably wanting to get to protect that right. Kiwis happy to hang back.
Ineos Britannia will be coming in on that luffing ley line, that right-hand end. The British now will be trying to lock Emirates Team New Zealand out. Emirates Team New Zealand will be looking to come in, build speed and come in for a hook below.
TTK is time to kill. Both teams slightly early.
Pressure looks okay for that.
Could play into the Kiwis' hands.
1.5.
Straight up to it.
And we'll see Emirates Team New Zealand immediately tack away.
It's on again. Race 2 of the match in the 37th America's Cup.
Okay, pressure on the bow.
240 is the average.
The Kiwis were the closest to the line, 5 metres back, nothing. Doing 36 knots, rolling into that tack.
Emirates Team New Zealand sailing into that more pressure over that right-hand side, but the British team holding an early advantage. Early gains to the British team off that start line.
Nice breeze.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Steady. Fun and butter.
Soft through the right now, but it gets better. He's just gone there. If we have an option, what side would you take?
It's a little light up to the boundary right now, but there's another one filling off the shore.
Right now I've got a strong, but he's in a low mode charging.
Yeah, this is a vital cross, first cross coming up. Initial advantage to Ineos, but Emirates Team New Zealand over on that right-hand side. You can see they're taking away valuable metres. The New Zealanders are bow forward. Ineos will not get round their bow. It's decision time for the challenger.
Drop by, stand by, drop stand just by. On the outside, slowly working up.
Too close for the Kiwis to tack to defend that right-hand side.
There is pressure on the right boundary now.
Slightly lifted now.
A bit keen to get back over there.
A little wide pistol. Sorry, it's gone left. Right.
Still slight right space.
What do you see up dead upwind of us, Andy? Is that better wind on Port Lake?
I think. No, I don't think so.
The British potentially sailing into that favoured pressure on that right-hand side.
Down.
So it's this next intersection. Very, very telling. Just Ineos Britannia just sailing through the foil spray. There, really, really close intersection. We are going to see
whether we can cross or not.
Another close intersection coming up. Boat's probably too
close
close to defend.
High speed depth for a right at the top is probably pretty good for the. Just getting back into wind.
This is what we wanted to see, wasn't it? Neck and neck. Just a few metres in it.
Pulling bearing at the moment. There's a bit of breeze across it, definitely go past.
Kiwi's got a little bit of a lift, it looks like, on that left-hand side.
Okay, my wheel, Ben.
Potentially just crossing Emirates Team New Zealand, but the British will start winding it up to have a piece of them. Just a little too far away to cause any raise of heart rate for umpire Richard Slater and his team.
Breeze on it. And button. 20 seconds away. Top gate, how's it look? Something coming out the left one, maybe. It's pretty even.
Final tack for the left turn for the Kiwi team. Ineos Britannia doing one more manoeuvre for a right turn.
5 seconds on the button. Tacks, but he might have a little piece of the zone, so just got to think of that. Stand by. Other options, you can take the right mark, but marks are even. 1, mate. I will. Get left mark protection on board. Here.
Heading to the top gate in race 2 for the first time of 8 legs, and once again, minute is the lead by Emirates Team New Zealand. What an upwind leg that was, the first of 8. They get around.
It's a slight left phase.
In comes Ineos Britannia.
Down here, yours. Right, good left seat here.
Yeah, the British team heading into both a shift and more pressure. Have a quick look at the ghost boats.
Definitely more pressure on that left-hand side, looking downwind. Britannia, as we said before the start, that extra knot or two of true wind speed, translating into massive performance gains in these light conditions.
Those peaks are quite high. And it's coming from quite wide now.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.4 nautical miles.
They've got a pretty good hookup out there on breeze, okay?
We're right behind Emirates Team New Zealand now. This cross, certainly Ineos went over to the right with good pressure. There's not a hell of a lot in this. Emirates Team New Zealand have been run down here. So this cross will be pretty well bow to bow with the starboard advantage to Ineos. Gains on the right.
Keep picking it away now.
Go here.
Across the lead there.
Just that extra pressure down that side, Shirley, I think showing to be that advantage like we talked about before, just better boat speed by the British team.
A mistake by Emirates Team New Zealand. We heard the discussion on board, you know, would they take that right hand mark, but it meant another manoeuvre. They'll be regretting it now. They have a fight on their hands. This is from the bow of Emirates Team New Zealand. Ineos Britannia clear across.
Emirates Team New Zealand just blowing through their wing wash, but only momentarily as on split tacks. slightly smaller jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand as well, so that will hurt them downwind a little bit.
Stand by.
Hardly anything between these two giants.
2, 1, mate. I will.
Ainsley now handing over to Dylan Fletcher.
You'd go straight if you could, right?
On the steering wheels.
Choose our best lane out of
Emirates
it.
Team New Zealand.
I think
Into
it'd be
that
pretty
slightly
punchy to
better
drive
pressure now as well, so definitely
just trying to lay in.
a lane of breeze down that far
Not
side
quite
of
on
the
the
course.
numbers.
Nothing in this race.
It's a weird racetrack, isn't it? It's really like there's a line down the middle.
I don't think we'll get in, will we?
No, he's not laying, so he's got in a tricky spot.
So what's some move if he takes out Transom here?
I think he's going in front and we drive on the lane.
He's coming up now.
A little touchdown there by the British team. Washed off a few metres just across Emirates Team New Zealand. So bottom gate for the first time. Bit of a yo-yo of a match going on here. Wait for this moment. Big pressure on Team New Zealand here to execute this down speed two-board round-up.
Bottoms and watch the gas.
I got it back. Pick that out here, boys. Here we go. That's good. Keep going. All the way. Looking up now.
How good is this? How good is this? Race 2 in the match.
They were big manoeuvres in 7-8 knots of wind. So impressive.
The British team with about a 5-knot boat speed advantage, actually rounding the mark and then pulling off a very light air tack.
All the way is good.
Like just inside of it where we go out of it, tack. Nice guys.
Only 10.
Real nice pressure.
Transition.
Kiwi still heading left. They seem happy there.
Nice 50. Just squeeze. That's good.
Peter Burling calling left shift, so handing over to Nathan Outridge.
Real soft here at the moment.
Port tack. Much better pressure though, Shirley, which we can see. They might not be able to see from where they are at water level.
Should come left, I think.
We've heard a lot of Andy Maloney in the bottom left-hand square trimmer, but also such a good tactician.
I see, guys.
Really valued member of the information team and the decision-making team.
So you want to protect left? Yeah, apart from at the very top.
Could be close over numbers. They've just come now. It's probably
He's been sailing with Peter Blair since they won the Youth America's Cup in San Francisco and Bermuda. Long-term trust between those three.
A little better there than I thought they would.
Copy. Are we crossing or what's the play?
The Youth America's Cup.
Crossing. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Absolutely a pathway forward to the big show.
I think that's better.
Yes.
Okay, button here. My board. 3, 2, 1. Port down.
Decision time now for Ineos Britannia of whether to hang there or tack away.
Fun and button.
Gone.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.35 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 232.
There's a little one building on the top right.
Yeah, dropping pressure, so shortening of the racetrack.
We'll choose a good line to get across there.
Does it look better in front to get back across there?
Yes.
Slight left face here.
Marks are way closer in real life than they do on tracing.
If we take this left DP.
Okay. Yeah. Little build.
Quite a big one.
In here. 3, 2, 1. Forward down.
Gonna have a little sneak peek at the ghost
nice.
boat and the wind field.
Nice.
Still good pressure on that right-hand side. Ineos Britannia right in that now.
Pretty similar to last time.
Copy. Could you just cross and do it in one?
Yeah,
Cross coming, developing. Ineos have been working up that right-hand side. A little bit more pressure on the right. The other thing was the pre-race decision made by both teams. They went with slightly smaller jibs. Great Britain went with a J2. New Zealand stepped down to a J3. And I just wonder if they're suffering a little bit on the Kiwi boat with that smaller jib. I think the wind is a little bit lighter than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, nice gains to us here. Contact.
Dylan Fletcher painting the picture for us. they are back in the game. Lots of gains for the British team on that right-hand side of the
Little
track.
back here, but pressure him back in 10. 15 till lay.
The J3, very small jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand.
Breeze is coming left here.
It'll be the first time Emirates Team New Zealand have sailed
And light.
in a race that the breezes dropped down with the J3.
Stand by.
Yep.
2, 1, and board.
One. And button.
Left tack, they're in quite a big lefty over there.
40 metres right. Let's take it.
Yep.
Top gate to complete leg number 3, and this is a race of metres, not very many metres. Emirates Team New Zealand lead after 3 legs, ahead of Ineos Britannia, but Ineos Britannia, they will have the bit between their teeth. They look good. They complete leg 3 of 8.
All the way around. 2, 1, go board. Okay, 2.
That smaller jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand, slightly better in the upper range breeze on this course on the upwind, but not good in the downrange compared to Ineos Britannia.
Well, having a look at the wind field and the ghost boat here, I mean, actually where the British team are heading, you can see that green. There is more pressure, and the ghost boats have nothing in it when these two boats next meet.
A huge hole of pressure there for Emirates Team New Zealand. They came out only at 23 knots of boat speed versus Ineos Britannia's 37, and a massive angle change down that boundary. So big gains back towards British team.
I will.
1, go board.
Ineos have just jibed, and they've jibed in a nice little lane of pressure that's just going down the right-hand side. New Zealand were pretty quiet over on the left. So Ineos are making a move on this second downwind leg.
I think the pressure's still better straight. But what's going to be hard is if it goes left any further.
Big gains back there to the British. Emirates Team New Zealand now potentially sailing back into that better pressure that the British got the benefit of down that side. So in theory, it should be gains back now again to Emirates Team New Zealand.
Probably. That right turn at the moment's quite biased if it does hang in.
Okay. Well,
but we'd want to take this.
This is a little reload now.
Yep.
Okay. It's a boundary job, right?
At the moment, yeah.
Nice little reload here.
We're lifting here all the time, so happy to go anytime.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.3 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 226.
Yeah, we're currently only seeing 7-8 knots of breeze across the course.
It's a fascinating race. Race number 2 is like watching 2 massive boats on a tightrope. Who can stay on that tightrope in these conditions that is fading somewhat?
I think it feels like it.
Blair Chuk and Andy Maloney on flight control. These AC-75s being manually flown, so foil trimmers having to actually physically trim the boat to keep it airborne. Huge job for them.
Right will be on average, yes.
Ineos Britannia just actually quicker here on this run.
Yeah, that bigger jib will definitely be helping Ineos Britannia on this downwind. A little more in range. These light air conditions with that slightly bigger front sail on board.
Sorry, too high there.
We're nearing the halfway point in race number 2. And Ineos Britannia closing quickly on the Defender.
Just getting down, just trying to make sure we don't.
They're going to go the other
This is going to be a very down-speed manoeuvre.
Slow tempo
Both boats coming into this right turn.
Okay. Round up.
How about that?
Rounding up.
Right up their transom, then quickly
2, 1, border.
jibing away. So again, as we complete the halfway mark in this second race, nothing in it.
Thank you, lads.
Emirates Team New Zealand just not being far enough in front to be able to really get the elbows out. British team doing a great job. Having a look at the ghost boat, Shirley.
Yeah, let's have a look at the optimum route. Currently has the Kiwis gaining a little bit on that left-hand side of the track. More breeze on the left. Such a volatile course, isn't it? Every time I look at it, shows something new.
That zone.
Let's go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Have a quick chat to Ray Davies. I said a moment ago, Ray, it feels like this is a tightrope, this one.
Oh yeah, this is a real tough race. You know, it gets pretty tricky as it starts getting a little bit softer. Both boats on similar sails, and now it's just digging out of holes and staying in more breeze. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting race for sure.
So I think we'd expect it to keep going left from here, wouldn't we?
Yeah, just not far enough. Razor in front there to really get the elbows out. Just a really tight battle.
Okay, I think we would take it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beauty, this one. So yeah, a few holes on the course, and pretty tricky getting into in phase with some of these shifts, but there's some big opportunities out here.
Yeah, Ray, just very quickly, you know, what's the key to this racetrack today?
Oh, look, staying in breeze. You know, these lumpy odd sea state and the breeze between sort of 8 and 11 knots, but slowly easing as this race is going on. So, you know, we made a real nice gain on the left. There seems to be a little bit more breeze on the left in general, and a bit of a bend up the track as well. So the guys are doing a really good job, but it's never over.
Thanks, Ray. Leave you to it.
The righty as well. I think we can extend this one a little bit, Pete.
See the British sitting in a hole, 5 knots less boat speed. The snakes and ladders.
Or just in here somewhere.
It certainly is.
Somewhere here is good.
All about the pressure in this down range condition. So squared with the thrust of the breeze. Huge gains in performance. A little bit more fuel around that aero package.
Start thinking about this top mark exit.
Well, this one hasn't disappointed. Race 2 of the America's Cup. We've had 2 lead changes. Are we going to see another one? Emirates Team New Zealand right now over on the left. There certainly is a bit more pressure as I look up through the big armada of spectator boats out here. But Emirates Team New Zealand now are in a bit more pressure than Ineos down to Leeward.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening the course to 1.2 nautical miles.
Okay, just get a bit of pressure out there. It's good breeze all the way. I'm not sure it's worth the double kick. I think we're too far.
Surely the breeze just slowly trending downwards, if anything.
Yeah. Let's go. If it goes right here. Yeah, is it right or right?
This committee just needing to shorten that course up.
Right. Yeah, a little bit down.
Making it harder for the sailors. I mean, a real privilege for us, isn't it, to listen to the comms on board, and it's so cool and calm on Emirates Team New Zealand. You were part of that team. It's a trademark.
Certainly keeping it nice and chilled at the moment, just executing their boat handling well. And as we've seen with the youth and the women's America's Cup as well, all about nice, cool, calm comms.
Held pretty right, a lot of that
providing accurate information when needed.
I don't think we'd want to go too far here, Nate, but
biggest lead so far in this second match. That lead being held by Emirates Team New Zealand on a course that is constantly changing. And they will complete leg number 5 of 8. They're taking the right-hand marker, as you see. And we'll now head down for leg number 6. Kiwi fans in Kiwi Corner and around the world will be happy about that. But boy, this is tight. Really tight.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's just gotten windier on this side compared to the other side.
Ineos Britannia coming through now. 5 legs completed, 3 to go.
Down, yours.
Increase, lads.
If you wanted a good place to watch, the race villages around the beach in Barcelona, Barceloneta Beach, fans have been coming in all day, and the last week, Barcelona has been flooded with America's Cup fans, and we love them.
Little fast build's nice.
Yeah, nice position of the pressure.
Quick check of the course with the ghost boat.
I was off too.
Liking where the Kiwis are.
They've jumped now.
Yeah, it's predicting a 500-metre lead for the Kiwis.
Yeah, pretty good work. So
they had a pretty nice top
30
half
seconds ahead.
I think does the breeze still look better on the boundary?
Just being able to sail in pressure, as Coach Ray Davies was saying. Bang a few shifts as well, shorter distance,
I'd be thinking we do it
and in pressure is what you're looking for.
They haven't raced for over a month. I mean, how surprised are you with their level of execution in the racecraft today?
I'm personally not surprised at all. So I know how well drilled the team all is.
Yeah, I think we just do it like this, we carry on.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.1 nautical miles.
Another lap. Just thinking 1 and 8 right turn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I'm happy with that. I think that breeze is...
Both teams just opting for a slightly different lower foil section there to meet the rule requirement for the CG, the centre of gravity rule. So Emirates Team New Zealand running their weight in an air bomb at the front, and Ineos Britannia
quite a bit far, I think.
running theirs at the rear as a tail.
Nice round up for once. I've still been a bit stressful.
Gave you an easy one, finally.
Okay, you looking good out there on that boundary, Andy Man?
Yeah, the boundary still looks like good pressure.
Round up and
Okay, you'll move.
Yeah, the Kiwis overstood a little bit into here. Make their life a little bit easier.
Certainly had to pull off some tricky manoeuvres on the last two ones, so keep this one simple.
Yeah, life seems to be getting easier in this race for Emirates Team New Zealand, but there's still 2 legs to go, and Mother Nature has decided to make it just a little bit tougher. But no hint of a flinch or wobble by Emirates Team New Zealand at the moment.
If they take the right mark.
Ineos Britannia now approaching the bottom gate for the second to last time. The next time they hit this will be at the finish. Now they're trying to work out ways. How can they keep hunting, finding something to run down Emirates Team New Zealand?
Really nice mark running there on board Ineos Britannia.
Should we take it or?
Emirates Team New Zealand just been able to
stand by.
wiggle their way to a small advantage. Very difficult now for Ineos Britannia to keep sailing in clear air.
That was interesting. At bottom mark, and Emirates Team New Zealand decided to come round and then tack immediately to immediately get in phase with Ineos. They gave away a wee bit, but that is really smart match racing. And now they're in phase to windward of Ineos. I thought that was the move of the match so far.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the final leg to 1 nautical mile.
Power up here. I've got it. Nice. Happy wind with Hiddle.
On board the Ineos chase boat now and catch up with Coach Rob Wilson, as always generous with his time. Rob, what can you do?
Thank you, mate.
You know, we're just waiting for them to make a slip up here, really, just trying to keep it tight as we can. They stretched out a little bit on that last upwind. You know, just got decent pressure from the left, so you know, that hurt us a bit, but that's the benefit of having control of the race.
Rob, it was neck and neck for so long. What do you think the difference is? Where did they make the gains?
I think it's, you know, like you say, it was super tight. We were making gains downwind. They're probably got a small edge upwind, but we need to dig into that a little bit more. You know, obviously upwind, they can choose exactly where they go, and that's a huge gain for them in these shifty conditions. So it's tight.
That's the America's Cup. Hey, thanks for your time, Rob.
Thank you.
We're starting to lift again here, so I'm happy to go straight. That's only about 10 this way.
Having a look at some of the board shots there. These light conditions, both boats still doing around 30 knots of boat speed. This seaway, only around 7 or 8 knots of breeze, so incredible performance by both boats in these bumpy conditions.
The America's Cup is so secret squirrel, isn't it? We don't normally get a shot inside the cockpit. You know a lot more than we know what is going on under there.
There's certainly a lot of numbers to deal with on board an America's Cup yacht at the moment. Peter Burling on helming duties at the moment.
But I don't think it's worth it.
Coming into this top mark, not a lot Ineos Britannia can do at the moment.
No, they're just watching Emirates Team New Zealand get to that top gate and head home to the finish.
He's sailing into.
But as their coach Rob Wilson says, you know, the boat in front's controlling the race. They're just waiting for a moment that works in their favour.
Hey, my will.
Opening day of the match in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. How much do you read into this? Will be a discussion at the end of racing today.
3, 2, 1, working down here.
Ineos Britannia, leg 7 completed, 1 to go. They too are on the downward home leg.
We had a lovely, we were right next to Emirates Team New Zealand when they came around the mark, and what I've seen there, they've got a new rudder on the boat, and it's quite full and cord right up under the hull, but when it disappears under the waterline, it's cord thickness, it's really, really small, and that's the beautiful new rudder on Emirates Team New Zealand, and I think that might have been another little tweak that they did since the last time we saw them.
Pretty similar to what we're in now.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how thin that rudder is that's driving that boat that's in the water. Obviously thicker at the top if you do end up in displacement mode. Pretty handy to have a bigger rudder. What kind of steel is that? It's so strong and so thin.
So we reference that as a toothpick?
Well, that's commonly referred to as unobtainium steel. No, very, very small sections there, only between probably about 140 and 160 millimetres. So it's the same cord width that you'd see on a small dinghy controlling 7-ton, 75-foot carbon missile.
Another 5.
It has been outstanding racing from the Kiwis today. Have not put a foot wrong.
What's the line we always use? Minimise mistakes if they're going to happen, and you're going to be in a good position. In a game that has somewhat felt like a chess match, it is checkmate to Emirates Team New Zealand. And they lead the cup now, 2 races to 0.
Oh, nice way to start.
No, turning up.
It's going to be an easier day.
You don't expect any cheering from Emirates Team New Zealand. There's a long way to go.
Long, long way to go. We only have to dig into history to know that story. Ineos Britannia will be heading back to the boat shed and going, right, how do we catch up? How do we find more speed? They complete race number 2, but they're behind by 2. So we are good to go for the first race of the day. Day 2 of the match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. 2-0, the defender leads. And the start box today could be a completely different story to race 1 yesterday.
Let's have a quick look at conditions and the 3D Ghost boat. It is going not all the way to the left-hand boundary, but really protecting that right-hand side. More pressure over there. Let's see if they fight to own that side.
Ineos Britannia will be coming in on port entry. They're allowed in at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They look good for that. At 2 minutes, it will be Emirates Team New Zealand coming in from starboard. Green light for Ineos Britannia.
And across, nice.
Pretty happy with Tiger still.
Green light for the defender. Let the battle begin.
Backing down. Yep. Backing down. Actually, it's sweet still. Yep. Coming up now. 3, 2, 1. Foot down. 2. 1.
Happy to peel.
Foot down. 2. 1. Mate. Turning. Steady jibe.
British team going into a familiar manoeuvre, Shirley.
All the way
low.
Yeah, they like to tack early,
Here they come up now.
follow behind.
We're ahead of them here.
Prefer to be on the prowl.
90, maybe a little lower. They're going to try and get across
7 and 10.5 knots of wind speed at the moment. British here potentially got a bit on.
Pod down.
Landing all the time here.
Hey, keep on the foils. Keep on the foils.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that was close. Those intersections.
Nice one.
Almost a clash of foils there.
Nice. All good here.
Go
Go.
support here.
Fine. Board. Still on the foils.
This is the umpire's penalty GBR.
It's a huge moment in this race.
Big error for the British.
Still going ahead, so
that is a 75-metre penalty there. Having a look at this replay, the British just not doing enough to keep clear. Shirley really late getting that board down. Oh, those foils so close to touching. Absolutely. Have a look out the window here. Oh, that was very, very, very close. So the British team having to pay a 75-metre penalty off this start line, so they will split tack start. Emirates Team New Zealand again potentially being able to line them up as Ineos the giveaway boat.
don't be over.
Yeah, good shout.
Let's get going. It's race 3 of the match. It's showtime in Barcelona. The British team will immediately tack away. They still have to pay that 75-metre penalty relative to Emirates Team New Zealand.
Still in left phase on us. Okay, if they're in left phase, we have to carry on, right?
Yes.
Kiwis crossed that line doing 33 knots, so really build the speed in anticipation for that manoeuvre.
Just keep fast now. It's still left phase here, guys. 25. Back again.
The British don't pay this penalty within a minute. They will get a second penalty.
Tracking right the wind now. I'm sure they've still got it.
Okay.
See them heading down now, the British trying to shake off those meters.
Penalty clear.
Emirates Team New Zealand right beside us here. They've just tacked, heading across now on starboard. Ineos actually handled that pretty well. It took a while to get rid of the penalty, but they're coming back from that left-hand side, and they look quite bower up. So that was a good recovery from that penalty pre-start, but how expensive is it to get a penalty so early on?
Kiwis far enough ahead that they can really aggressively defend, forcing Ineos back to the left-hand side.
Where do you think the best pressure is?
Settle it in so fast, guys.
Just trying to get here.
Hey, Chris, can we on here?
On board with Ben Ainsley driving.
Even at the moment. We've got a bit of pressure coming down to us there. Just about to be tacking off boundary. How's it look upwind, lads? Decent pressure. I think we've got to go quite soon. Okay. Okay, stand by. Up. And board.
They're hearing there from Port Helm, Dylan Fletcher. Trimmer, Bledonmont just painting the picture.
They might have made a small gain. Let's just see.
Having a look for opportunities up the course.
Yeah, we're quite wide as well.
It's quite far left. I'd want to hit if we can now.
Yep, similar situation before, if not better for us.
Coming up now.
It's good top right.
Okay, send out 5. They're still charging here. Wait. 3, 2, 1.
Tracks here, quite tight. Don't think you have a piece. And back. Put down. Great. Gone. 1 mate. Hang. Almost gets a lay on this one.
Ineos Britannia not hanging around. The lovely position, wasn't it, from Emirates Team New Zealand? And we heard Nathan Outridge absolutely timing that to perfection.
Wind standing, come back right here a little.
Still got 20 this way. It's definitely trending right. Just find a lane out of here. Yeah, it's going right. It's hard to build.
Yeah.
Coming out.
It's going to be nice pressure out of this one.
And 5, 3, 2, 1.
Nice entry.
Forecast for the day is for the breeze to go right. Nathan Outridge was talking about that that tack, that he felt they were heading into a right-hand phase with pressure. Very, not quite on ley line from my eye here to the top mark gate for the first time.
Have gone now.
It's back to 60.
You'll see
Looked like they made early gains, but now they're struggling out of that tack.
We're in a nice
Just a
spot
little
here.
Step
bow
up
down
one more time,
in
or
a
would you stay in
slight
this
right-hand
one?
shift, so that will help Emirates Team New Zealand.
Pretty
British,
happy
though,
on
will be
this
accelerating
angle.
out of that tack and
Nice
slowly
phase.
winding up on the course.
So happy to, and then you want to take the right mark at the top?
So green
Yeah, I think that's
is
good,
good. Red not so good. So the green, the giveaway boat. Sorry,
Top
the
mark is slightly biased to the right. Probably headers
red,
here, but
the giveaway boat. Green
Okay,
on
so
starboard
good.
tack, having right away.
I think I need 4 here, Bledge, at the bottom end of the 2, yeah?
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.6 nautical miles.
Both boats just one more manoeuvre into this top gate.
It's about 5. Have a good look at it.
Trending left.
Bottom here. 3, 2, 1, one down.
Between 8.5 and basically 9.5 knots at that top gate at the moment of wind speed.
I think quite overload, sorry. They fixed the mark, they still have a tech.
It's generally getting
Happy to go straight.
softer.
You want to take the left mark off them?
Yep.
We're in left phase now, but I think straight through is all good. Get back in that when we had.
Sounds like
Through the
it's
top
windy.
gate for the first time on the back end of an aggressive move in the start box. The defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, lead after one leg of 6 in race 3 of the match.
56.
Right on those numbers.
Yes, Britannia, though, not too far away. That's a long way to go with the wind conditions that we have, and if they're starting to drop, this truly is going to be a chess match.
All right, work it down. 1, 2, 100. Hit it, boys.
Kiwis made gains, didn't they, the second half of the upwind leg.
Big crowds, they are growing up. Glenn, they are just growing through Barcelona.
Certainly are. There's definitely an event going on off the coast of Barcelona at the moment.
Have a quick look at the ghost boat here, and the next cross definitely see New Zealand extending, capitalising on more pressure on the left-hand side of the course, looking downwind.
They're getting a lot softer.
That's a righty, so
it's that one less manoeuvre for the Kiwis. Just a couple of boat lengths gain coming into that top mark. Still a few big holes on the course at the moment, and I think Ineos Britannia
here now with the pressure, I think.
possibly in a little more breeze at the moment.
What are you feeling?
That's good there on the.
how's the pressure, Nato?
Hard to see through
Looking
the
at
sun,
Emirates
but it
Team
looks
New
pretty
Zealand
good down
going
the middle. Probably quite
downwind.
soft on this boundary.
The little bit of camber on the bottom, but what I'm seeing out here is both boats are on J2, same jib for the downhaul. I just wonder if Emirates Team New Zealand, after what they learned yesterday, decide to match in terms of headsel choice.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.5 nautical miles.
Wouldn't be afraid
Well, that's
to
never a
jive
good
once
sign,
you're
isn't
over this
it?
if you get a
Wind
big
dropping,
lift.
course shortening.
Or any light stuff. It's looking pretty good down the middle now.
Nice pressure this way, yeah?
I think it gets better this way.
And 3.
Yeah, nice.
The lighter the breeze, the tougher the ride for the cyclers. A lot more to do adjusting the sails. We sink there.
Cam Webster and Louis Crosby. Big push now. Got more depth in that mainsail, and jib exiting those manoeuvres, so a lot of hydraulic oil getting pumped around to adjust the trim of those sails on board the AC-75.
What are we?
I think we're 1 for a right here at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. When the numbers are in the 50s, it almost feels better bottom left, eh?
Yeah. Hey, boys.
Board
You
Ineos
get can
Britannia.
24-23 here, Bleds, for
Ben Ainsley steering at the
Pace
moment.
pretty similar here.
Dylan Fletcher, tactics and course management.
Guessing our options now is whether or not we come back early. I mean, were worried about that bottom left. What about right here at the moment? It's big righty. It's a big righty. They can't jibe here with their gas. Another reload here.
Emirates Team New Zealand coming across, all the way across now. They'll jibe shortly as they line up for that bottom mark gate. But I think smart choice by Emirates Team New Zealand going with a slightly bigger jib. If they showed any sort of vulnerability yesterday, it was on this on the downwind legs. Today, it looks like they've matched, and I think they've actually made a bit of a gain, but some of that is because they've sailed in pressure all the way down leg 2.
And it's a little lighter now, but would have taken a bit of depth out of the jib on the upwind.
2, 1, go board.
Quite a big touchdown on board Ineos Britannia there. That wasn't their best jibe exiting.
A third of race number 3 done in this match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup, of the Defender leading at the bottom gate, heading now upwind for leg number 3. It's the biggest lead of the race so far.
What do you want?
So in pressure that's dropping across the court, what can Ineos Britannia offer up? There's still a lot of racing still to be done here on the waters of Barcelona. They complete leg number 2. Nice place to watch some racing.
Let's have a quick look at the optimum course, the options.
Average here.
Still bumping off the boundaries, staying in the pressure.
Probably go reasonably soon just to give ourselves a standby. Put down.
3, 2, 1, 8.
Turning. 5, 2, 1, get on board.
A higher average speed for the British boat. Slightly lower VMG, not much in it.
Just sailing a slightly further distance than British, but sailing fast through the water. Beautiful tack on board
spot on the
both
wave here.
boats.
Just getting better in a sec.
Yeah, just going to go slower.
Yep.
That's,
You're going to get pressure on your hip now. They're still holding through, they're breathing through to leeward.
And if we want to try and just keep it close to wait for an opportunity.
The British team actually well and truly air forward there, so
slightly on the
not
right,
getting affected.
Big lefty there. Like that. Yeah, and by.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.4 and shifting the axis to 066.
I will.
2, 1, go
Tough
board.
call for Ineos Britannia there. All the pressure was the way they were going, but just sitting in the dirt of the
Bit of pressure
Kiwis.
right to me. Yeah.
Emirates Team New Zealand just minimising the separation to
Holding forward, Dill. Yeah, honestly,
keep control.
better wind in front to me.
I agreed with that.
Any knots?
As the wind lightens, it's forecast to go to the right, and that's what's happening. That's why the boats are favouring this right-hand side of the course coming up leg 2.
On top of it.
Ineos' speed's just fine. They're matching Emirates Team New Zealand upwind.
Got the pressure
But
first.
New Zealand is now in phase with the GBR boat, and that makes it hard for the trailing boat to get leverage, to put themselves into position, to put pressure on the Kiwis.
Okay, let's go. 2, 1, 8. Entry.
3, 2,
1, go on board.
fast build.
Clear.
Happy to hang on to this windward.
Not much chat from Ben Ainsley. Dylan Fletcher doing most of the talking.
It's just coming.
He'll be frustrated with
Struggling
himself
at
for
the moment
that
on
error.
these rebuilds, aren't we? Bottom end of this. Oh, is there anything else we can do, lads? I think at the moment we can.
That's a sign of
Pressure coming down.
not a lot of options there for the British team after that pre-start penalty, and that deficit they had to pay early, handing control of the race immediately to Emirates Team New Zealand, so they just have to keep it tight
To an intersection.
and try and force
the top.
Emirates Team New Zealand to make an unforced error.
Going upwind
Oh,
here.
big rider, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good, right, I think.
It's not that windy.
Team New Zealand straight out of the playbook, match racing. Keep the cover on, keep yourself between the opposition and the top mark. Pretty simple stuff when you're in the lead. For the trailing boat, it's about trying to create leverage. The other thing I'm noticing is the New Zealand flight, they fly the boat very, very close to the water, getting a lot of end plate effect. It looks like Ineos to me, some of it is because of the higher top sides, just flies a little bit higher.
It's a great observation by Pete on the water, and the idea of the flight of these boats is to fly the hull as close as you possibly can over the water surface. A big skeg underneath just creating a tiny little vortex at the bow.
Just got to do it on our times.
Yeah.
Which travels under the hull, creating an air curtain.
Potentially early drive, we'll see what the pressure looks like. Back copy. Far on the lay is good for laying a trail. Yep.
This race has a real feel of yesterday. Just control, defend beautifully, and keep them behind you. It's a job being well executed by the defender at this point in the race.
Actually quite steady wind in direction. Not that many options for the British team.
We are at the halfway stage of race number 3 in the match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, still in control.
Check what they do.
As soon as you think we're clear of gas, it's probably not bad.
Plenty of time to celebrate. Up 2-0. What will the score be at the end of this one? Ineos Britannia. They've been hurting since the start from that boat-on-boat penalty.
5. Yeah, found away in 3, 2, 1, down. 2, 1, headed, boys. I think go all the way to boundary here for gas. Trap, push up.
So the aerodynamic performance of both boats about 5 times less critical on the downwinds compared to the upwind, with just a lot less airflow going over the hull on the downwind, but hydrodynamically extremely important. So most of the drag being picked up by the foils on both boats.
I will.
Time to go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Coach Ray Davies joins us once again. Aggressive in the start box has paid off.
Yeah, it sure did. It was great to see a bit of match racing creeping in there, so really, really awesome. The guys, JJ and Sam, have been on this one for quite a while, and we've been practicing it a lot, and Ben's been asking for someone to do it for quite some time, so it was good that it was us that gave him one of those.
Ray, the distance between those foils was frighteningly close. I think the shots later on will show how close that was, but both boats doing a great job to avoid. But yeah, nice to see some great match racing, and obviously matching jibs, so the right call again from the weather team.
Yeah, no, it's all going well today. It's going to get tricky though. This breeze is getting softer and softer, so we're seeing 7.5s at times on the course. We'll just get another lap in and try and bank another one, but it's tricky out here.
Yeah, what are you expecting from the racetrack as this afternoon goes on?
Oh, we're just expecting it to soften off. All of the forecasts are just having this breeze easing as the day goes on, and we came out here and really, really beautiful 12 to 13 knots of breeze a couple of hours ago, and it's just been trending down, and yeah, can't really expect it getting right back up to those numbers again.
As always, thanks for your insight, Ray.
Okay.
About 20 to lay.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.3 nautical miles.
So about 10. I think it might go back, so happy to go relatively hard on it. 5.
Nice.
Quite a lot of changing gears, different moding in this race. We started in 4 knots more.
2, 1, forward down.
A lot of adaptability in the setups.
Both boats doing over 4 times wind speed at the moment, so extremely efficient in these light air conditions.
Straight through, aren't we? Yeah, we are. I think just trying to get mid-gate. Nice apex on one. Steady. It's the ABN. Andy, need waves. Keep it together.
Approaching the bottom gate to complete leg number 4. Emirates Team New Zealand have been in control since the start.
I think so. Just check the phase.
Penalty that was forced upon Ineos Britannia has been a hard one. But there are no friends in this. They're friends off the water, but when on the water, they are rivals. 2 legs to go for the defender.
Right spot there for Ineos Britannia. They'll be punching into that wing wash of Emirates Team New Zealand coming around this mark.
Ineos Britannia coming around that right-hand mark. Now they head up with 2 to go.
Early tack or stand by?
Yep.
Forward down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Turning. Right. 2, 1, down board.
Massive crowds out today here in Barcelona to witness races 3 and 4 of the match. The city is crawling with racing supporters.
How's it look, lads? Still maybe something right on the right-hand side. Yeah.
Onto the Ineos chase boat, and as always, good to chat to Coach Rob Wilson. Any thoughts on that penalty in the start box, Rob?
We'll have a look at it afterwards and dig into it more closely.
Rob, there's not many options here. It seems pretty even wind. What can you do?
Yeah, we're just hanging in there at the moment, just trying to put pressure on them. Although, you know, it's just one bad manoeuvre for them, and we're back in the race. But they're sailing cleanly and not making many mistakes at the moment. So we've just got to wait for that opportunity.
How surprised were you in the pre-start with how aggressive the Kiwis were?
We've kind of expected it from them, like looking at their AC40 racing. You know, they like to get involved and they like to mix it up and keep it pretty freestyle. So, yeah, we're kind of expecting it, and it certainly came today.
Thanks for your time, Rob.
Thank you.
Certainly a lot of shore crew and boat builders would have had a little heart flutter there. At one point in time, I certainly did. Clash of the foils, not the ideal.
Yeah, left-hand overjight's pretty nice. Over 2 right now.
All the teams only allowed to build 3 foils in total.
Carry on, what I can see. Yeah, I'd agree. Already right.
I guess there is a spare of sorts.
Really nice mode for it.
Having a look at the foil there on the leeward side of Emirates Team New Zealand.
Definitely keep going if they go now.
More spray deflectors on both teams, stopping that onset flow travelling up the shaft of the foil, and you can separate that flow. Slightly lower drag. Emirates Team New Zealand flight controls needing to keep those air bombs clear of the surface for low drag.
For me, one of the differences between the boats is the ability of the New Zealand boat to accelerate after tacks. I think the boats are very evenly matched on all around the track, but every tack manoeuvre just looks to me as though Emirates Team New Zealand gets back up to target speed just a little bit quicker and easier than Ineos.
With the bias, that's sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, that's sweet. There's nice pressure right turn. Just choosing a time to link up back down.
Yep.
The voice of Andy Maloney picking the breeze up the course. I mean, their manoeuvres have been absolutely world-class, haven't they? Not a foot wrong.
No, they've been sailing the boat very, very well, getting optimum performance out of the boat in these conditions. Trying to sail as closely as you can to 100% BMG.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the final leg to 1.2 nautical miles.
Port down.
Steady.
Emirates Team New Zealand.
Big righty.
Complete leg number 5 of 6. Get around this final mark, and they're on the downwind leg to home.
On all the way, wheels. They've gone on that last well. So.
And if you're an Emirates Team New Zealand fan, you'd be happy with what you're seeing right now.
Pretty even on the breeze.
They love it in Kiwi corner.
Currently, obviously we don't go into the soft stuff.
And just remember we're in our sort of technique here. Yep.
That'll head it.
Yeah, real nice breeze here. Nice. I think all the way.
Ineos Britannia now coming in to complete the 5th leg.
2, 1, mate.
Turning my wheel and exit.
Go back to what Dylan Fletcher said early in the piece. There wasn't much they could do.
Slow turn.
It'll hurt this one. This one will hurt.
Yeah, a lot. A massive frustration from that error in the pre-start. We've seen it so important, isn't it, to win the start. The really tight course, not many options for passing.
Look, quite a way ahead here.
I suppose surely in one part of it, that whole discussion is that the aggression of the Kiwis, I suppose, may have surprised us seeing for the first time, but it'll now play into Ben's hand and be going, okay, you want to play that game? Let's wait for race number 4.
I think the 9 boat leads that Emirates Team New Zealand took out of Ineos up that second windward beat. I'd put that down to tacking technique and acceleration. Now they head down to the finish, the right-hand side of the track, or the left-hand looking down the track. There's a little bit more pressure, and that's pretty well the game plan. Just protect the favoured side of the course.
Nothing obvious, St. John now.
Oh yeah, we can take it off if you like.
I think that pre-start probably put the British on the back foot. I don't think they were quite expecting the absolute aggressiveness of the Kiwi team, and both these 75-foot boats coming at each other, bow and bow, closing speeds of around about 60 knots at that point in time.
Glenn, I mean, you sailed on this team for a long time. This is a new look, a new level of aggression for this Kiwi outfit.
Certainly sailing really, really well.
That's all good.
Long way to go, though. And we've seen results change through previous series, so keep chipping away, do the simple things well. Keep sailing the boat at its best performance.
Just,
do you want to be port or like right or offshore or inshore after this?
I prefer to be on the other, so maybe we'll just go over there. And then,
they have controlled race 3 from leg 1 through 6 on the back of an aggressive start.
Just round up, go over by the committee.
Emirates Team New Zealand will now move to a 3-0 lead in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup match.
Up 3.
I don't even see me. That's too much cold.
Nice race, awesome. Great start.
Flags are flying.
You guys.
Pretty close swords, eh?
Pressure's on.
I was getting a bit nervous at one stage. Nice work. You're going to turn into the pedal.
Shot boys, real connected. Nice work. B, Neil, back, yes.
Apologies for
apologise for the
but sometimes after you've pushed the pedals hard for a big race, you think you're off comms, but you're not.
Yeah, apologise for that one, but you can understand it. Ineos Britannia back to a reset and get ready for race 4. They were kicking themselves on the penalty. It was that moment and a controlled lead by Emirates that cost them a chance to get on the board. And they cross and finish race number 3 of the match.
Keep plugging, guys. Long way to go with this.
We are going racing. Race 4 in the match of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. The score right now, Defender 3, Official Challenger 0, but every day is a new day. It will be Emirates Team New Zealand coming in on port at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and then the Defender.
a very quick look at the ghost boat. This is the ideal route of both boundaries, and coming in from the left-hand side at the top. 3 tacks, we don't often see that.
Watch the gain, watch the gain.
Emirates Team New Zealand approaching port entry. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Got the right on point for that one, and they are good. Time and distance. 2 minutes for starboard entry for Ineos Britannia. It was a battle in the start block yesterday. What do we get today?
It was just a little pump of the brakes on Emirates Team New Zealand, just not to enter early.
Healing on exit. Copy.
I think we might see a different form, a different playbook rollout here for the British team. They need to do something different.
Okay, killing 120. Middle of the box here. Line is still quite square.
Having a look at the power on board both boats here in the pre-start. Cyclone team pushing up around 1,500 watts. You'll see the manoeuvres, that'll increase. Big push in the pre-starts for both teams.
You're going to have to go above. Come wide, or might be early, you think? That's both low.
Kiwis running down the wall, just picking their time to head back for the line.
They haven't turned up yet, they've just turned up now. Use 0 by low. 10 to the pin, really deep in the box.
Ineos Britannia tacking up. Maximum gauge of the Kiwis.
Shut them him. We want to he's going to struggle. Yeah, I agree. I think we just want to stay high time and distance.
Get over, should go back, right, once we're out of gas.
Trying to get going here.
Sounds like the plan on the British boat is to keep it simple, time and distance.
Saying you're like on time for the line, but I think you're game. Just keep sailing high and fast.
Building a bit of speed. Killing 6. Yeah, killing 5.
We'll see the British team start to put the bow down and accelerate shortly.
Yeah, racing now.
And you can always take it down the line if you need to.
But slightly early if you think. Flat switch.
Yeah.
A little wide, mate, now.
Big speed build on board Ineos Britannia.
Still killing 2. Killing half, all the way.
Going to be a clean start. And race 4 is out the door of the match.
British team 2 knots faster boat speed off the line, so a really big gain of VMG early on, early advantage in Ineos Britannia.
Good start by Ineos, that's their best start of the regatta, and they're still making gains over Emirates Team New Zealand. So as they come up to that left-hand boundary.
I think Greece hit a little strong out of them. Yep.
The British team will be just looking to line Emirates Team New Zealand up to get them in the dirty air straight out of this manoeuvre.
It's a very considered start by the British. They obviously think they've got the pace to match the Kiwis.
Just needing to really get this tack very close to Emirates Team New Zealand if they can, and put the pressure on.
Nice breeze on the inside. One, come aboard.
Like the high mode to begin here.
Take some main.
Just coming up a bit.
Higher than that for now.
British pushing high.
Transition.
Windward boat, Emirates Team New Zealand having to keep clear and having to cave, so 2 down-speed tacks for Emirates Team New Zealand. Big gains there for the British team.
Chip gears average here.
10 to boundary.
A very short-sided.
All the way.
5. 1, 4 down.
Okay, big line now.
Hold in this.
Nice.
The working out of that pickle. It's a little left phase. VMG's here, looking along.
Ineos bow forward there. They made a little bit of a gain because New Zealand have done those extra tacks. But now it's the arm wrestle as they both come up.
Still 3 to build.
Coming up to about halfway up. And I've got a bit of a range and bearing. I'm looking out at both boats. Ineos are going pretty nicely in that leeward position. No bearing change from where I'm sitting at the moment. Very even.
I mean, we're definitely intersecting them.
Boundary in 20 if we go all the way. Big recovery here, eh? I think it'll be that, it's all good. Hey, you stand by? Boundary, yeah. Forward down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Heading. Am I? 2, 1, forward.
The British team
Normal mode
wash
here.
off a little bit of pace by having to do the manoeuvre, but they will be right-of-way boat
2 women.
coming into this next intersection as they speed build.
Coming down. Flat switch. And working up now. They get behind.
Here's Britannia making it hard for them, coming down.
High speed. Flat boat. Hey, well,
If they need to
right turn.
Go boundary.
Kind of think of the moment we just take.
Bit of breeze in front. Yeah, agree. 14.
Up.
The British doing a nice job of just getting their pace on, forcing Emirates Team New Zealand to take quite an evasive avoiding manoeuvre. So little gains there to the British. Emirates Team New Zealand now getting their tack in and having to re-accelerate the boat. So nothing in this race.
Pretty even gates at the top. Will be right turns, so
The voice of Andy Maloney.
Sort of both
Very even course,
It's just if you
nothing
can get across
really
that
in it, side to side.
it's good breeze right turn at the moment.
Right now he's in quite a high mode to Lewis.
Gave a little pass to give enough targets.
2 breeze doesn't really translate across the gates.
Okay, stand by.
Probably across this.
2, 1, and board. They are not laying. 1, mate. I will. 2, 1, go board. We will not cross at this.
Yeah, I like the right-hand turn at the top here. There's more breeze coming in from the right. So I think the right hand would be the favourite side if you can get to it. Both boats, here's the intersection.
Coming up on the breeze.
They're up. They're up.
And button.
Emirates Team New Zealand having to put the boat into a high mode here.
They'll probably take the other mark.
I've got them fires. They fired.
Top gate for the first time in race 4, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing in this one. Leg 1 completed of 6.
A good boundary job for me. Good work. Really nice breeze here, okay?
Yeah. Nice scan at the end, guys.
A quick look at the optimum route here. Ghost Boat has New Zealand in the lead. Slight advantage to that side of the course, left-hand side of the screen. A little bit more pressure.
Possibly just a knot to a knot and a half more wind speed down that boundary. So expect just to see a little bit of an acceleration. Emirates Team New Zealand.
Cyclers heads down, pedalling hard, providing all the oil they need to trim the sails.
Pedal wide, but it'll come.
Slight righty.
Port across this, all the right with New Zealand.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough space to go back. So I think we're happy just continuing at the moment.
Duck for us, yeah, not much of a duck here.
Just watch the altitude, please, Pete.
He's coming up now. He's coming up, protesting that. That's a full-on dial up there.
I'm pushing the protest.
Nice left face.
Hey, get it, lad. Hey, take main.
Nice, mate.
500.
Hey, now all about us.
Neither one of us are making it 1 and in.
Probably need a bit of space in case we have to dip them on the next one.
We'll have another look at that cross. The Kiwis just making it hard. It's quite a big dial up for the British boat. Van Ainsley pressed the protest button, but it was green.
Nice left face.
Back it down while you quick.
2, 1, forward down. 3, 2,
Yeah, just a classic starboard versus port boat there, and Ben Ainsley pressing the protest button, but umpire Richard Saylor telling that he was dreaming in that case.
Lots of sea room between the two boats.
New Zealand have now jibed over on the right. It's going to be looking pretty bow to bow. Ineos have got their bow down at the moment and look to be in quite a strong position. New Zealand are the giveaway boat, but can now see the New Zealanders coming out from under the jib of Ineos. It looks like New Zealand are just going to be in front, but it's pretty close. New Zealand look to have good downwind speed. in this race, matching Ineos.
Thanks, brother.
Got a reload coming here.
This is tantalisingly good. What a match between these giants.
Yeah, it's
nothing in it.
phases in the middle, so being on it should be okay.
What you want? Tend to left if they have a piece.
Okay, understood. Right on it, Nate, though.
Thanks. 5, 3,
I will.
2, 1. And on board.
Beautiful job on board Ineos Britannia.
And depth in the bank, so we got some room.
Yeah.
The pressure for accuracy from these teams is off the scale.
Could be a big intersection coming up here as they come into the bottom gate. Both boats outside the circles for the bottom mark.
What's down?
Stand
Hold it down.
Both boats splitting at the bottom. Nothing in it.
Bottom gate, first time. Wow, what a race we have in the match at the moment.
Sorry, Nate.
Have a quick look at the Winfield and the Ghost boat. A lot of pressure, that bottom left-hand corner. Has it neck and neck with a slight advantage to Great Britain. So currently, Ineos Britannia going the advantageous way.
Onto the Britannia chase boat with coach Rob Wilson. Rob, no engagement at the start box, and we have got a wicked match race right now.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. We just had a little bit of a slow there, but yeah, you know, both boats are pushing super hard here.
Rob, I guess quite a high degree of confidence in boat speed in this race.
Yeah, like we had a good look at the data yesterday, and you know, it's all pretty tight. And you know, it's just the advantage of getting out in front. It's so strong when you can pick which way you want to go.
Thanks, Rob. We'll talk again.
Thank you.
Basis here, it's tight.
Slowly, gone a bit early.
They tag to leeward. It's normal for now.
All good, man.
It's a good spot.
We had quite a big swing to the right in the breeze. That gave New Zealand the advantage. Tacked right on the face of Ineos Britannia. Look at that wing wash.
Trying to come high when you can, but all good.
It's starting to hit them.
8-5 now, all good.
MG, 3 to build. 2, 1, snowboard.
Here we go.
Just that loss of about 2 boat lengths in each of these tacks in these conditions. The British sailing,
I think it's just all the way, isn't it?
as far as they could.
How's it look on their side?
Tacks to keep the game alive.
Yeah, it looks okay, but
Button. 3, 2, 1.
nice brother.
Yeah, continuing.
New Zealand now tack coming across on starboard. Again, at the top of the course, it just looks a little bit fresher in the top right. New Zealand, I think,
really nice
just
pressure,
little
just 50
incremental
metres
gains, but it's all about the manoeuvres. The New Zealand boat seems has a real nice glide through the tacks, and but the gains that are being made by the Kiwis very minimal.
What are you just hit again?
2 women now.
Copy.
Okay, be 15 this way, so any time that's good. Okay. Stand by tag.
Yep.
And board. 2, 1, Nate. I will.
2, 1, go on board.
Going to them.
Yeah, as Ben said, it is advantage New Zealand, but only just.
Just that little bit more pressure coming out of that right-hand upper section, so Emirates Team New Zealand protecting that right-hand side.
Follow them up. Yeah, I think just try and get to the intersection line, I think. 20 away from the intersection. Shift is average here. Nice, that's good here. Okay. Time. Good attack. Okay. Stand by.
Dylan Fletcher, Port Helm, Olympical
2,
medalist.
1, mate.
Turning. Don't mind. 2, 1,
Turning the boat.
2, 1.
They've no option, Glenn, did they, but to get out of there. Not far to the boundary, though.
Yeah,
Good straight line.
Yeah. Button.
Be about a 5 to 8% penalty sitting in that dirty air from that distance, so they need to keep wiggling their way to keep that air intake clean.
About 30 this way to lay line.
They go short, we'd head for a left there.
Yes.
Yeah. Still happy with the right.
They're transitioning, they're firing, it'll be 3.
I will. 2, 1, go on board. Okay, they tack on. Through. Clear on pressure here.
It's up a little bit now, doesn't it?
Cyclists doing such a good job. All these manoeuvres, back-to-back tacks and jibes. They are pedaling for survival. Massive wattage.
I think we just, it's right-hand bias here, so let's go now.
Rossiter, Gottrell, absolutely
3, 2, 1, mate. Heading.
on the rivet at the moment.
1, go on board.
Button.
New Zealand is giving absolutely no breathing space here.
Kiwi's done such a good job on this upwind leg. Slowly increasing the meterage, the distance between them.
3, 2.
At the halfway point in race number 4 in the match, the defender is in control, but there's still 3 legs to go in this very, very close race.
Keep coming down. 2, 1, all the way here. All yours, bro. Bodies.
Ineos Britannia coming into the top gate.
Numbers are in the
3 to
middle,
go.
but good breeze, okay? Down in 3, 2, 1, down, all the way. I will. 2, 1, pound up, lads. Good job.
Fans of both teams on an edge. Look, you can almost sense the tension in it. Huge crowds in for race 4.
Having a little look. Hey, Jai, we've got to go before, yep. 2, 1, forward down. 3, 2, 1, mate. Okay, bye.
2, 1, go
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Both boats have jibed heading down on starboard. That's the first lead change we've seen in this race, in race 4.
Just doing it as well.
We're all waiting to see if New Zealand were behind. Could they actually engineer a lead change? And of course it happened on leg 1. They've extended from there. I'm impressed by Ineos. They're hanging in there. It would only take a slight error from Emirates Team New Zealand and Ineos will be all over them.
At the moment, if they jibe, what do you reckon we do? They're quite low compared to us up there, aren't they?
I think we just carry on at the moment, Nate. How's the pressure?
I think the pressure's back the other way.
Copy.
We're listening to the
Definitely,
discussion.
I don't know if it's just
Port
soft in
Helm,
general,
Nathan
but
Outridge
I'm
and
starting to
trimmer
feel strong
Andy
pressure-wise to
Maloney.
me.
A huge amount of trust
So probably getting over this
between
and then
these sailors on Emirates Team New
almost
Zealand.
leading out again once you're comfy over it.
I think that's a good shout.
Probably any time.
3, 2, 1. Put down. Just steady.
Doing a lovely job, aren't they, of increasing the meters.
Oh, there we go. I've got a ball again.
Better bill for us this time.
Starboard helm, keep burling.
I wonder if actually right turn would be better here, pistol, and then sort of a longer one on port.
Yeah, copy.
Sail together forever. A huge collection of Olympic medals. Youth
nice
America's
breeze.
Cups, America's Cup
They're
victories.
sailing lower, aren't they?
Huge trust.
Yeah, it's all good.
A little lower, but you're all good. Going nice.
We've certainly done a few miles together and against each other
Increase
over the
and
years.
nice breeze.
They've gone. Should we?
I think I'll just go to lay, Pete. I feel good breeze here.
It definitely feels
Fantastic
like
shot
so
there
unprotected.
of the foil arm on board Emirates Team New Zealand. The foil arms being a one design component, carbon fibre one design component that all teams use. The lower part being open for design by all the teams. So that 1,270 kilograms all up, 464 kilos of carbon fibre upper steel
For me, it
lower
definitely
part.
feels windier on that side, and we seem to gain each time. Just a little.
Happy to still right turn and an early tack, Nate.
Okay, I think we've got enough
It's a nice
lead
little.
for that.
Yeah.
That's 22, right?
Yeah, Kiwis identifying
then
more
switch
pressure
later on up the
bottom
beat.
right of the track.
I think we'll be That's the line.
Such a good job of staying in it.
Definitely more pressure.
Still one here, right?
Right-hand side looking upwind, so
Transition now.
Only 2 legs to go in race 4 of the match. And the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, still in control.
All the way now. And 5, 3, 2, 1.
Ineos Britannia trying to match them. Nothing in between these crews.
Nice. Pretty much be straight into it. We see them go.
Lovely positioning from the Kiwi team. Right on top of Ineos when they tack. Kiwis will defend.
Slightly bit of breeze in 15, so I'd want to get to there.
On board the defender chase boat with coach Ray Davies. Ray, no engagement at the start box, clean start, and that upwind leg 3 a beauty.
You're going to feel breeze just on the exit.
Yeah, no engagement in the start. We led back, we got fairly deep in the starting area, and Ineos chose the sort of wide right option, which is a good choice for them for sure, and had a bit of control over us at the first exchange, but the guys kept themselves right in the race and made that pass at the top of the first beat. They sailed that impeccably, really, to get inside of the top right turn, and now it's a boat speed race, and they're keeping the foot on the throat, which is great to see.
Ray, were you worried at all on that first lap? And also, where do you think the boys got past?
Quite big mid phases, don't you think?
Oh yeah, a little concerned about that first beat, but the real pleasing thing is they kept themselves right in it, and then the pass was at the top where Ineos were obviously a bit worried about a port starboard interaction and potentially dipping and then luffing and hooking us, so they went a little over their ley line into the top right turn, gave us an opportunity to tack inside and safely take the mark off them, and that was the key moment. Yeah, it was always going to be hard for Ineos to place that tack perfectly, so again, it was good for our guys keeping the pressure on and making them make tough decisions.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate the insight, as always.
Another 10.
Middle of zone.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that doesn't look fun, does it? We have Marius van der Poel there and Hamish Bond, the Olympic rowing legend.
They've got a bit of power forward now, so it'll be an easy line-up on the next one.
Believe me, are absolutely in their happy place at the moment. Having a lovely time. That's what they live for.
Their role is so crucial, and particularly in a race like this with endless manoeuvres.
6 away.
That's it.
A little further, actually.
Side claws, both teams doing a massive job. That's what they train for. It is absolutely
good pressure in about 10 BT.
What they live for. Marius there.
Nice gain on that one, going all the way here, don't we?
Yeah,
337 peaks there. All these manoeuvres, very, very difficult to stay on top of the accumulated pressure to keep operating those sails above deck.
That is not seawater you see running there.
How many?
Hard work.
Yeah, obviously keeping your heads down for aerodynamic purposes.
That's a button.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, lengthening the final leg to 1.9 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 058.
So, assume we hit them one more time. We've got 25 on port after this tack.
Yeah, still more pressure.
Happy to take that up a little when you got a pistol. Copy.
That's good pressure between us and the top box.
Any time here, little lefty. Okay, stand by.
Look at 2 of the British rowers, both rowing legends. Matt Gottrell, gold medalist. Matt Rossiter. Doesn't look any more pleasant over there.
A lot of load on these sails aboard these boats, over 10 metric tons of main sheet load.
Can you live at the moment, or do you want to tack out? I think we tack out, hey, stand by. Put down. 3,
1, mate.
Saw a slight change of strategy there. Just Emirates Team New Zealand let Ineos just go over to the left a little bit, but what the New Zealanders had seen is that pressure that's been at the top mark, and they made a bit of a gain. The other notable point, they made 2 boat lengths on that downwind leg against the fastest boat in the competition.
Maybe for a quicker, you if you got it. Going.
Yeah, top road turn, nice.
The sail plan on board both these yachts, very, very efficient in these 9 to 10 knot breeze range.
1, port down.
Leg 5 of 6 about to be completed. And the Defender Emirates Team New Zealand
Holding straight in for 6.
are in a strong position. They'll round the mark and head home.
All good, I got it.
And think about a big lead in this match.
Just most west, yeah, or just before that we did last time.
Gotta love that one. Tack, tack, boom.
Coming into slightly more wind. It'll compress again down this run.
3, 2, 1,
Ines Britannia now completing the 5th leg. 1 more to go. The downward leg, the homeward leg.
2, 1, hit it, boys. Okay, 100.
All the foils on board both these boats acting like aircraft wings. Flight controllers having to adjust the flaps on those main foils to actually fly the boat above the water surface. Big job for the flight controllers. The elevator only about 0.3 of a square metre at the back of the boat on the rudder, so a whole lot of stability there at the back of the boat. Very much on edge.
So they're going to jibe out now. I think we just get across the open course line.
Voice of Nathan Outridge, Port New Zealand.
2, 1, go board.
Very calm tactician, isn't he? Painting the picture, making the decisions early.
Taking main.
Hard to see how Ines Britannia are going to get back into this. Kiwis are faultless.
Yeah, both boats sailing really cleanly at the moment. Quite a lot flatter water today than we've seen over the past few days, so you can see both boats really pushing the ride height high, particularly downwind, getting those tips well and truly out of the water, so getting that main shaft as high to the free surface as you can for a reduced wetted surface area.
The breeze going down this side at the moment.
Yeah, we see in the bottom box there, Bled and Mon, who's trimming that foil.
Not a great jibe for them.
Looking at it all the time, not just looking at a screen, but actually physically looking.
Copy.
Yeah, Bled and Mon, it's a combination, isn't it, between screens and data and feel and looking at the foil. You see him leaning out, trying to see past the cyclers to get a good view.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Bled having to hand over to Lee McMillan on the other side of the yacht there as they jibe through, transferring load from one foil to the other. It's a real delicate dance to get that absolutely perfect, and both boats doing a brilliant job in these conditions. To see how much mast rotation and power these twin skin lanes can generate from upwind to downwind. Huge depth changes for ultimate performance.
You go pretty hard on it.
3,
maybe a couple links up. Yeah, all good, all good.
2,
Nathan Outridge, Andy Maloney.
There's always that little lifty in there, eh, Andy? Yeah.
Nathan Outridge there, second from rear, now on course management and tactics as they come in towards the finish line here of race number 4.
A solitary match race on day 3 of the Louis Vuitton's 37th America's Cup. And that's one more, and it's 4 for Emirates Team New Zealand.
Must have 10 knots doing that, not 7. Oh, yeah. Driving out of here, what's...
not yet.
Happy in Kiwi corner.
That'd be better.
Okay, watch round up and do it here,
But they were pushed today. They were pushed. by the official challenger of record, Ineos Britannia.
Just keep sailing down here. Yeah, be quiet. Yeah, agreed.
Great match race.
They certainly got off the start line, Shirley, with some really good wheels and definite advantage early on to Ineos Britannia.
Nice start, lads. That was a good start.
It is a day where we're going to find which team has nerves of steel. Last time we were racing, we talked about it being a tipping point. It tipped in favour of Ineos Britannia. So how will the defenders respond? Still leading 4-2 in a day where the wind is shifty. It is going to be, we've said it before, snakes and ladders mowing the lawn, but there is so much tension right now.
We're really quite excited about this race, not because there's a lot at stake, because this racetrack is full of potholes. It will be a game of nerves, head out the boat, making sure you're in the right spot.
Ineos Britannia entering from port. They can come in at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They look pretty good at time on distance. You'll see the green bar light up. They are good to go. Emirates Team New Zealand coming in from starboard at the 2 minute mark. They might just be a little bit behind, are they?
Let's go for
yes, they are, but here we go. The battle recommences on the mid.
More pressure for the British as they entered. Just managing to get across there.
Breeze anywhere from 6 to 16 knots, puffs and lulls at the moment, so very, very interesting conditions.
Massive amount of power needed by the cyclors. This circling,
really
sails
tight
coming in and out.
Massively tight circle on Ineos Britannia there, so look how tight that turn is all the way around 360. Big push, as you said. With 2,000 watts of power being put in at the moment on board the Kiwi boat.
British were practicing these manoeuvres before the start.
Currently on lane here. They've just gone really light. They've just gone forward down. I've got to jump them here.
Just trying to get onto one and we've got to get back.
They're happening.
Hey, board.
Back in a strong position. Okay.
Let's Team New Zealand on the back foot in this pre-start at the moment.
Peeling 17. Just high out of this.
Peeling.
Super light, yeah. Peeling. Let's keep the speed on.
Just safe.
Staying
high here when we come.
We're still 4
British happy there just to leave them, head back, just light in the start box, 9-10 knots of wind.
Come up to try and gas you. I think you've got to pace up.
Initial right.
Numbers dropping here, Pete, on the start.
Yeah, we're going to get a good pulse here.
Coming away here now.
Make it 20.
TTK, time to kill. Looks like the Kiwis are late.
Go straight off the line to start with.
Push, guys.
7, feeling 6. Go hard.
4. Feeling 3. Feeling flat, suppose. Feeling 2. Feeling 1.
Away.
Feeling half, all the way.
All the way, go.
All the way in. Really nice off the line there.
Race 7 and the match is definitely a go.
They're still closing gauge.
Holding for now until that pressure on the bow.
Just getting their nose out. 10 metres back from the line, doing 40 knots. Over speed on that line. It's so useful.
Just a couple of knots more boat speed by Ineos Britannia, but right-hand shift at the moment, so you can see how far up the boundary both boats are getting. Emirates Team New Zealand possibly getting the best side of that fan of pressure coming down.
BMG's here, right bottom edge of puff, we're good. We'll head if they come, okay?
Understood, Pete, we're doing really well. Really well here, okay?
See the dark water.
Still a high mode on that.
Ignite, which is talking about. Kiwis have a lovely puff here.
On exit.
Yeah, just normal, they will tackle us.
2, 1, go board. Put down.
Just normal, guys.
Really nice spot, bro.
Emirates Team New Zealand landing right on Ineos Britannia's face there. British will have to tack out of here to clear their air. I'd be surprised to see the Kiwis come back with them.
BMG's now. Oh, maybe to carry on a little bit here, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
Next breeze in 15 seconds.
Okay, flat boat now.
On board Ineos, got bounced there. Emirates Team New Zealand pre-start were talking about the right-hand side, and Nathan Outridge was talking about pressure coming down the course. The New Zealanders have hooked into that. Ineos now coming across on starboard to the left-hand side. There seems to be a little less pressure on the left.
We are in a massive right-hand shift. We're seeing 310 like on 40 degrees to the right. Huge gain to the Kiwis.
Yeah, massive shift there. That's why Emirates Team New Zealand did not come back with the British team and hit them back to the left. They saw a huge gain out to that right-hand side, and they have taken a mega lead in this race early on.
Faster BMG build. It's going to be soft at the top there. You have a real good look at it, mate. Yep.
Nice pressure coming down.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shifting the course axis to 287.
Okay, let's do that. Yep.
Okay, it's another 15.
Not far to lay, it's the only thing.
Pace up a little. Happy any time if you want to do it, guys.
2, 1.
A lot more chat on Emirates Team New Zealand from Nathan Outridge today.
That's waiting.
Really keeping the comms strong between him and Pete.
Yes,
agreed.
Good pressure.
Left turn early job.
Sorry, I got white high there.
Really puffy offshore conditions.
Turn looks light, eh?
Suiting those that love sailing
copy.
lake and offshore.
They must be overlay at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got a long way overlay at the moment. How are they looking at their blades on shift? They're just tacked. Look a little light and left at the minute. Yeah, we're 35 this way. I think we have to go quite soon, annoyingly. Just look at something coming out the top there. Yeah.
Ineos Britannia waiting for a shift. I mean, currently the course is 30 degrees offset from the breeze.
Yeah.
The British making some big gains back up through the middle section there. Emirates Team New Zealand. Still a gain, but bow down in comparison to Ineos Britannia.
Going about 12 to lay, but real open on this.
Yeah, it's all about the pressure, and Ineos have done very well at the top of the course, but it's just about equalising the game out and keeping it conservative.
Just want to make sure we don't get at the top of it.
Race 7 is turning into a real battle, and we're only at the top gate for the first time. But the defender leads.
There we go. Yes.
In comes Ineos Britannia. Gains upwind. We know they are quick downwind.
Massive wind shifts on both boats. Emirates Team New Zealand just slingshot into a jibe to get straight back into that right-hand shift. And you see both boats getting absolutely carted down the course at the moment. British 3 or 4 knot boat speed advantage at the moment.
The breeze at the top has got another 10 degrees to the right. We can see that they're nearly heading for the finish.
I think you through it, it's missed. BMG's now, mate.
Still gaining to us here, guys. Going to get a little lighter, but it's not ridiculous. Remember, there might be that real lights up at the bottom.
Real bouncy, volatile breeze. It's like a bouncing ball coming down the course.
Boundary. That's
make sure
still higher than
you're
us all
staying
the
on the
time.
front edge of the ball if you can.
Going on their line, actually.
Lifting all the time. Yep. We're going to get wind.
What, me? Planning? In mind. 2, 1, board. Little hook up here. The main boys.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, lengthening to 2 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 295.
Team New Zealand, Simo Jive, just keeping in phase with Ineos. What's noticeable is Ineos has got a bigger jib on. They've gone for a J2. New Zealand's slightly smaller on a J3. And the advantage with the J3 is upwind, the advantage downwind because of more sail area, the bigger jib for Ineos.
So like any time in the next 15, it's good to load if you go soft, okay?
Still defending the right at the moment. You guys have a good chance.
Kind of in the 5, I think. It's getting soft in 5. Be ready to go if it drops.
Put down.
Nice.
Come on.
Yep.
Good solid comms between all 4 of the sailors, the drivers and the trimmers on Emirates Team New Zealand.
Just having a look at both boats potentially sailing into a big increase in pressure coming into this bottom sector of the
Very
course.
nice spot in the breeze here.
Potential to lay here if there's not too much more. Otherwise, pretty easy to right turn. They're just above your line. It's the mark on the bow.
Yep, I gotcha. What do you like out of this, Blair? You got best eyes? That's obviously a huge right favoured, but the right boundary's a little soft, so sort of play in the middle of the course up through here. Yep.
Voice of
I'm kind of keen to take
a
little dip and try and lay.
It's interesting on this boat, isn't it, that they really involve the trimmers in the strategical decision making.
If we lift, we might have to jump, okay?
Yeah, if
We
we
trust
lift
each
it, then
other.
answered. Easy either way.
I'm lifting and going soft, jiving here.
Pete and Blair on opposite sides of the boat, sailed together for decades.
Both teams are in top gear, coming to the bottom gate for the first time. They will complete 2 legs of 6 in race 7 of the match. This is getting a little spicy with the way the wind is playing out today.
Get her up on the wind when you can. So that's 300.
Just on the bottom of the
Smiles around in Kiwi corner. Ineos Britannia takes the right-hand mark, as you said. Head upwind for leg number 3.
Nice. A bit flat, Bill. Hey, yeah. Big
Really
pressure
difficult,
last way.
Shirley, to defend in these conditions. So dynamic, the breeze, so very, very difficult. You can throw away a lot of distance by trying to keep in touch with your opponent. You need to sail the course as much as you can.
Great view for us, Glenn, with the wind field.
This is the best
Sailors don't get this view, but you can see the top right-hand corner. That breeze is rolling in.
So that's about in the middle numbers. I think so, yes.
Yeah, it looks light at the other side of it.
Agreed. It's sort of what it's going.
On board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand coach Ray Davies. Ray, great start, and there's a lot of chat on board today.
Oh, a lot of chatter, right? Tricky day, a lot of shifts, up and down a lot, and very, very dynamic being an offshore breeze. So, no, look, they're sailing really well. It's always going to be super challenging, and where the team picked a real nice right shift, Sam got that through to the boat, so they got that initial advantage up the first beat, which was great, and they're sailing really well at the moment, but a long way to go.
Yeah, so far so good, Ray. I mean, what were the key changes you made from 2 days ago?
Start steadying up for the righty.
Just being more accurate. We got quite a bit more performance out of the boat, which is really pleasing, but we did that in the shed. The guys are working super hard, and a lot of analysing of the data, and the design team have kicked into overdrive. It's been awesome what we're getting out of them.
Thanks, Ray. Go well.
Hey, they came back with us. We've got like a 40-second lead, so keep sailing the wind.
Yep, on a good phase in.
Massive line of breeze out on that right-hand side of the course, Shirley.
It's really
Probably
soft
3 or 4
in the
knots
middle,
more
left, right.
trillion speed on that side of the course at the moment compared to the left-hand side.
Yeah, we've got the readout from the top marks. It is 14 knots on one mark and 8 on the other. This course is full of potholes.
Stand by. They're going to go all the way.
Massive header there, really, really swirly breeze. You see how much that AC-75 is getting thrown around.
Down. Out 2, 1.
Huge day for the trimmers, the pilots.
On board. I'm over here. Going high in this. Let's keep going, boys. Yeah, just flat boat here at the moment, boys. They're obviously laying us at this point with this righty. Agree, high mode in, it's good.
Marks are to the right.
Copy. Yeah, just normal VMG.
Real dynamic day, and just on the jibs, they're on different jibs, but you're always either under and over in terms of the wind because it's up and down so much. And right now, Ineos on that bigger J2, as they get into that pressure over on the right, they probably are on the overs for the range of the jib. New Zealand are at the other end of that scale.
Okay, here we go.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, lengthening to 2.1 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 300.
None of us mind that at all. The wind's up and the 75s are falling at speed.
The marks are autonomous, so it's very easy to move them just a few degrees.
On the right out of the Olympic port.
Yep.
That's probably our exit out of here, okay?
This is a really nice lane.
Yes.
It's definitely nice breeze on the left lay. So
yeah, it's better now. There was just a real light patch if we went straight along. They're doing well underneath us at the moment, but
There's a nice line here on the port there. All good.
All good here, okay? How far to boundary out of
tough day when you can only see 180 degrees. So important to have that trust and communication between both sides.
This way.
Okay, transition. 3, 2, 1.
Beautiful attack on board. Emirates Team New Zealand, they'll be looking for a right turn.
Half of race 7 is about to be completed, and Emirates Team New Zealand have a healthy lead on the official challenger of record. And they'll be pretty happy about that in Kiwi corner.
Nice.
It's a 1.
It's nice still here.
Another 10. Okay, let's go here.
And bottom.
Jibing right in the meat of that puff. That's exactly what you want to do. Just get the wind up and the slingshot straight out of that jibe, straight down the course.
Ineos Britannia halfway through the race now.
Hey, jibe to match. 20.
There's the crowd. They're actually all standing. They're on edge. You think we're on edge? Look at the crowd here in the fan zone. They're on edge.
British just on the back side of that puff at the top of the course.
So that's jibe.
Wanting to dig into that if they can.
1, board down. 2, 1, blade. Turning. I will. 2, 1. And board. Increase your main hand. Hold.
You can sense the frustration on Ineos Britannia.
We're back in that right again now.
They dominated the start and
do they jibe to Lewis?
It's not gone their way. Quiet on board.
It's a game of high speed, dot to dot at the moment through these puffs and lulls.
They're in light.
Huge apparent wind angle changes. A lot of steering and trimming today. Very, very difficult to keep the boat locked in as you transition those puffs and lulls.
This is good, the best patch.
Great shot there of 2 of Britain's rowing great. As the sails are coming in and out more and more, they are having to work harder and harder.
Quite often in these conditions, the top of the rig seeing a lot different breeze, strength and angle to the bottom of the rig, so very, very difficult to say. You hear Nathan say very, very puffy.
I think it's delay.
The trim of the boat as well getting affected with a different thrust up high versus low.
Same,
just whether we're on a jibe roundup or not.
Are out the top of it. I wouldn't be surprised if they jibe shortly.
Yeah, definitely don't jibe here.
No, that's them. Huge game, so I see it.
On board the New Zealand boat, what we're seeing in this flat water, the New Zealand boat looks quite different to the previous day. The boat's very stable, lovely end plate effect with the bow just skimming over the water. And I thought Upwind, the New Zealand boat, back into that high mode, that they seem to make the gains. So for Ineos, they've just got to keep it as tight as they can, looking for the New Zealanders to make an error.
It's pretty too left at the moment.
And Peter's right, it does look, looks like they're on rails, the Kiwis.
Just repeat which side of things better upwind.
Just put that down to Glenn.
The right. Just reassess and change quickly last time from here. Yes.
Really, really nice
job. You got eyes in, it's a good moment.
Keeping those air bombs out of the water, that extra weight
and if they
that the Kiwis have got on the front of their foil arms compared to the back of Ineos Britannia in these flatter water conditions, I think suiting Kiwi foils possibly a little better. Sailing in bumpy conditions.
Nice.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 305.
Left shift, the right mark's quite favoured, but I think average phase has it okay.
Yeah, is it going to go back before the bottom, or do you want me to go the whole way?
I think you ought to go the whole way. Happy now?
Put down.
Little wide.
That's just soft, is what I was worried about more than anything. Yeah, I'm happy left turn here, guys. It looks shitty here.
Thinking 1 in the slot, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Entering the bottom gate.
Yep.
Emirates Team New Zealand will complete 4 legs of 6.
Here it comes.
They'll take that right mark as you see it, head upwind for the final time in race 7.
Nice breeze all the way.
Entrance.
Yep. Nice wavy for it.
Depowering
left of
sail
average
package.
here.
as they exit that bottom mark.
Really nice lifting.
Kids loving it. Kids loving it. Fans loving it in Barcelona on race day 5. Why wouldn't you? This is one heck of a race. Ineos Britannia now powering into the bottom gate.
All the way.
They take the left-hand mark as you would have seen it.
Here we
With
go,
right
boys.
them and
Head it, 2, 1, let's
the
course.
chase continues.
Okay, my trap, doors. Probably a little bit of windward. Yeah, split here. Yeah.
Let's go on the Ineos Britannia chase boat with Rob Wilson. Challenging day today, Rob.
Yeah, super tricky day. I thought they did a real good job on the start, actually, and the boys from New Zealand just got into that little righty and just lifted over the top of us. And then they've controlled the race since then, but it's tricky, super tricky.
There's a massive difference in wind pressure, isn't there? I think we've seen 6 knots and 16 knots. I mean, how do you even set up for that? How challenging has that been?
Yeah, it's difficult because the tacks are obviously more costly as well, especially at the lighter end. Yeah, you've just got to try and link it all together. Yeah, like you say, we're seeing sort of 7 to 13 knots, and we've just got to try and find a way around.
Thanks, Rob. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Position flat in this puff. Yeah.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, lengthening the final leg to 2.2 nautical miles.
Big pressure.
Both teams having a short shift through their gearboxes, going from 3rd to 6th, then to 10th, and then back to 2nd again with the sail plan.
Yeah, we're going to the next one now.
Power changes through the puffs and lulls, so huge job changing the aero package for best performance. You could easily bleed off a lot of performance by being either too deep or too flat with the sail plan.
What about the foil size and shape? Well, we don't often talk about it. The sails are way more obvious, but they make such a big difference. Could they be adding to the Kiwis' success here?
Yeah, look, the foils on board Emirates Team New Zealand only a fractionally bigger at about 1.2 square metres versus 1.15 square metres, give or take, on both boats. So very, very similarly sized. So just a slight bigger foil on board Emirates Team New Zealand than what we're seeing on Ineos Britannia. So both teams having their advantages at different points around the racetrack. The higher speeds potentially going Ineos' favour.
I'd be happy to pace up a little if you guys are.
Both teams very comfortable.
Nice breeze over here.
Tip piercing.
It's just whether we go
tiplets on board both boats, adding to the overall span efficiency of the foils. So very much like an aircraft, those tiplets actually increasing the span loading, or effectively tricking the foil into thinking it's longer than it actually is.
I'm with you on that, Blue.
Let's put you in a -4. Yeah, you got this breeze here. It might knock us trying to get to lay here now.
It's going to change so much by the time we get up there.
Super light, hard right, but we won't be just
go
out.
But happy here,
Let's go here then.
So Ineos just losing a bit of ground on this upwind. New Zealand have actually protected the right-hand side all through the race, and it's paid huge dividends. And of course, and when it's puffy and shifty, the leading boat has the pick of the wind, and right now the New Zealanders done a masterful job in this one.
15's a boundary.
Stand by. And forward.
2, 1, mate.
Standing.
Very well. 2, 1, go forward.
Ben Ainsley, Lee McMillan.
Pressure
Handing
inside
over.
you.
Copy, flat.
Going to fade out, unfortunately, into the right again.
Yeah.
Really not a lot of options left for Ineos Britannia to dig back into this point of the race, but Team New Zealand just linking pressure lines and shifts up really, really nicely, sailing their own race.
Emirates Team New Zealand at the top gate for the final time, looking completely different as they were to what they were a couple of days ago.
Speeding it up. 3.
When they round that mark, they are heading home to stretch their advantage in the match.
Big push, you guys. Nice.
49 knots.
See the front of it.
Exit speed there in that flat water.
2, 1, forward. I'm going to be wide.
Yes. Turn for me. Cool.
button and forward.
It's just about keeping it smooth. You can see the breeze
once again, like last time, we're better this way.
Vertically down onto the water. Big fans
better
coming across the course of breeze.
The last thing that Ineos wanted to see was Emirates Team New Zealand firing past down them towards the finish line, and they're yet to make the top gate. It's been a pretty impressive performance to this point by Emirates Team New Zealand as Ineos Britannia will complete leg number 5 and head downwind towards the finish line.
Backing down, we're working away here. 2, 1, hit it boys, 100, 1, 30.
Inside the Ineos Britannia camp. Yeah, keep the Union Jack flying. It's a long way to go.
Here we go, lock in.
It's really that big touchdown on board Ineos Britannia. Really puffy and shifty there for them.
Stand by, board down.
The race course.
2, 1, Nate.
Won't be their best exit through this drive after being unsettled.
3, 2, 1, board.
It's one of those racetracks where the rich get richer. You get to navigate your own course through the pitfalls. We've seen New Zealand just extend and extend.
It's really watching the movie on fast forward, isn't it? Going downwind and upwind through these puffs and lulls. Boats just entering the shifts and the pressure so quickly, and then exiting again. So a lot of trim movements and steering, keeping the boat locked in and sailing it.
Solidly lined up for this breeze at the moment, for this drive.
Quiet on Ineos Britannia, not really much they can do from here.
Unfortunately, a little bit of a delivery trip down at the bottom
now
for Ineos Britannia, but Emirates Team New Zealand just needing to keep sailing the boat well. We've seen a loss of rudder and a spin out at this point in time. Very costly, so they need to be locked in.
It's amazing how what we've seen can happen in 2 days. You get a day off, you go back to the boat, and how maybe psychologically this will affect both teams. Now there's lift, now there's a bit of a lull for Ineos Britannia. How they respond coming into the next race will be critical, because they can come back, do this to Emirates Team New Zealand. Suddenly it's again game on. But an extension of lead here will hurt.
It's a new look, Emirates Team New Zealand today. Just listening to the comms, it is sharper, perhaps with more focus than we'd seen before.
Not stressful at all.
Sorry about the tone on the first up there.
That's all right.
2 key moments for me is Emirates Team New Zealand getting that right-hand side of the upwind beat first time up, but secondly, I think jib choice has really made a big difference here. It looks like the New Zealanders picked the right sail.
Stretch through, aren't they?
Emirates Team New Zealand have put up the stop sign to the British comeback. They have sailed beautifully, and they've sailed into a bigger lead. The Defender leads 5-2 in the match.
All the way up.
That's what it means, even to the kids. Yeah, come on. But there is still a way to go. It may be 5-2. We've still got another race. Those, though, that would look at that performance, as Shirley remarked, it is a different Emirates Team New Zealand today as it was on Wednesday. Big comms, healthy comms, vibrant comms. But now focused on race number 8.
Tough one, boys. Just try and come back and get them in the next. Yeah.
The British team will certainly be bouncing back in this next race. Big day of snakes and ladders.
Ahead of us, thing is just ahead of us.
Upping. Okay, pull it down.
Ineos Britannia resigned to the fact that they need another win to keep going. Again, they'll go back into process as soon as they cross the finish line and think about the next race.
Pitching.
It's a crazy place, this Barcelona. When we came into work today, we weren't sure what sort of weather we're going to do. They were talking about it being quite low, but suddenly it's picked up and It's turned into a cracker. There is the scoreline. The Defender 2 wins away from retaining the cup. They will have port entry. Ineos Britannia will have starboard entry.
Coming all the way down?
Yep, heavy.
Flying now.
One more down.
Yeah, up at it there is good. Heavy only now.
That'll increase, but it should be alright. Happy to go to 1.
Seconds, yeah.
Really tricky in these puffy, shifty conditions to get your time on distance correct for the
Get
pre-start.
light halfway through, so
I will.
just a little puff and then down up.
Emirates Team New Zealand get the green light. They're in from port.
Anyway, you are.
Easy cross in the moment.
Britannia now approaching from starboard at 2 minutes. They're good. They get the green light.
2 here.
Yeah, wide. Reach out there.
Okay, stand by.
Yeah.
Emirates Team New Zealand going down a jib
looks like it's
size
a turn up attack.
on board.
They're just continuing.
Okay, happy to continue.
There is a massive puff on the right-hand side of the track.
They might be going for that.
Surely they're going to try and defend it.
Box here, Ben.
Maybe go for a circle now. Circle on tack.
All good.
Next to gust.
Going away fast. Still very early here.
All the way down.
What are you thinking?
Emirates Team New Zealand heading to the boundary.
It's a big puff on that side of the
They've
course.
gone for 4, so I'm just going at them.
15 knots of breeze.
At 45
Right
to the
hand
right.
end.
Okay, you're still above boat low.
Straight for now. Tacking.
They're turning up as well. Just above boat low. Plenty of wind here. 35 boat, 25 pin.
Both teams on smaller front sails in this pre-start. Expect to see a big push now from Ineos Britannia to build speed, put pressure on the Kiwi team.
Little boat guys.
He's on Jim. Nice.
Really hard to nail your time and distance for this volatile wind speed.
They're down. They're coming up now.
Up now.
Still quite far back. You're still just below boat lay. 8 for the pin.
Hold here.
14 here for the line.
Heading 12.
So just dragging them in and trigger pull. 2 for the pin.
Voice of Nathan Outridge.
Quick glance at breeze. Trigger pull's about 12 pin.
Trying to sit back here.
Hey, bottom's here. Nice and slow.
2, 1, pulled up.
Ineos
Still pretty early for your trigger pull.
currently held out from the start line.
That's in the line.
Okay, that's your angle for the
Kiwis
line.
bearing away now.
Okay, this boys.
Heading 2.
Good breeze straight to side.
Getting 2.
Expect to see a pretty even start from both boats.
Both boats are about to pull the trigger on race 8 in the match, and we are go.
Doing a bit of part of the puff there. A little bit
Slight
light
speed
on
advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand.
Got in front.
Half
You got a minute this way at this angle.
more speed off the line. Slight gain.
They go with
Just
one.
working this little high mode, please.
They go, we wait, don't we, Andy?
I think we go in 10.
This is quite right from what we've seen.
We'll just choose our best pressure.
BMG's now.
Thinking about
307 best pressure in 10. See what it does.
in 10. If it knocks us, we go.
I like going straight here at the moment.
I'm pretty happy with that. 9 up, so I don't know if you want to go a little faster mode.
Copy.
The
I think it
Kiwis
goes
were
light
less than
another
a
10
metre
feet,
off that
15.
start line, doing 37 knots.
Still right phase.
Punchy.
It looks patchy to the right as
Time
well.
on
So this is
distance.
all good. There's a nice
So
vein
that's
down
a
there.
keeper.
Boundary in 10.
Okay, we'll go boundary 10.
Yeah, nice pressure.
3, 2, 1, forward down. It's quite lifted.
I think it's coming down. It's just gone left. I don't know.
Breeze is a little fast mode. Oh, actually, maybe hold up under there. You're cool.
Shine, top right, looks like good breeze.
Got you under -2.
Yeah.
Really different breeze
yourself.
from
Turning
one
right here,
side
boys.
of the course to the other.
We're just a little bit
Both
under
sides
that one. I don't think we'll
sailing
get up
through
to the
puffs and
lefty, so we're
lulls.
just trying to get to the right.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Lots of chat on
we
board
need to
Emirates
take your
Team New Zealand. Let's go across to Ineos. What's going on?
Like pressure line in front, and then after that, breeze is right.
Yeah, I mean, they said that there's a massive right-hand shift coming down from the top of the track.
Yeah, they're crossing
And
us
here's Britannia, well placed.
Technique shortly after. What do you think, Nate? Or do you think you just go all the way through? Lifting all the way through.
10 seconds. Trying to get up to numbers. There in the lefty.
Big lefty there.
Still looks good.
Left-hand shift on board Emirates Team New
Copy.
Zealand, so and they are heading towards more
They're not
pressure.
heading us. And marginal 1 and in. Yeah. Little channel of breeze here coming on in 20. Yeah. Breeze is still good on shift here at the moment. Let's come back right. They continue.
All inside, there's an oil leader, there's something top there.
Copy.
on board Ineos as they come across on starboard, but it's not a day for classic match racing. It's a day for working the wind shifts and the pressure. That's why you're seeing such a big amount of separation between the boats. The New Zealanders have pushed all the way to that right-hand side to get into that pressure that the LiDAR radar is showing on the right. They've really worked. It's like sailing in Auckland off the East Coast bays. Bread and butter for Peter Burling.
Now, they're marginal laying. If it goes right, they don't lay.
We'll have a little look at the wind field IQ that Pete was talking about. You can see that huge puff on the right-hand track that the Kiwis are in. Nearly 3 knots more the Kiwis have over Ineos Britannia.
They are laying the right mark.
That's just force-feeding more air around that sail package, which in turn means more performance.
Emirates Team New Zealand steaming into the top gate for the first time. They'll complete leg 1 of 8 in race 8 of the match. It's been another promising start for the Defender.
There we go.
Again, not too much at this gate.
Really nice breeze in front of the mark. Let's follow him.
Ineos Britannia. They're going to play follow the leader.
Turning down in 3, 2, 1, down. High. 2, 1, head at large. Hey, mine. Up, taking main. And leaving. You'll see massive righty. Yeah.
There was nowhere else to go for Ineos Britannia. They had to go to that side.
Just so much more pressure down that side of the course. Big touchdown. They need to rebuild here quickly. Ineos.
Board up. Yeah, my trap going board.
Big mistake on board the British team. They've lost a lot of ground there earlier on this race.
Breeze on now, good breeze.
Big deficit to make up. 100 metres lost there. Blink of an eye.
Okay, run this out as far as we can.
Not sure what
almost paralleling the boundary.
Look on board here. Oh, yeah, a little skid of the rudder, and then a big touchdown
for cover.
On board Ineos Britannia. So really big pump of the brakes there for the British team. The unforced error, unfortunately, early on in this race.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 307.
307.
Stop getting windier ahead.
It's looking better straight to leeward, so it's going to be nice for the job.
Sorry, I'm stuck with it.
Nathan Outridge just through the gap there of the jib and the mast, talking to the windward side of the boat.
5.
Eyeballs to leeward.
Tied on it?
Happy? Yep.
2, 1, port down.
Kiwi boat just looks to be doing it easy in this condition. I think the boat likes the flat water, and also it's also noticeable that New Zealanders like to sail with a slightly smaller jib, and of course that's less aero drag, but the New Zealand package in the flat water just looks to be a little bit slipperier to me.
Head turn, if they split, we take shortly.
I'm sitting at 1 or 2.
See how it is right at the bottom, but probably 2. I think we're 2 because it's just lifting here.
They're in a little righty behind us.
Yeah, so it'll be good for us out of the mark. 2.
Emirates Team New Zealand.
1. Board.
It's probably just settle attack for me.
1/4 of this race done.
Thank you for listening.
They are sailing Tauhoro in a different manner than they were 2 days ago.
Left shift at the moment.
Yeah, really nice.
Ineos Britannia will be kicking themselves with that. We issue at the top of the course as they complete leg number 2.
Heading up here in 3, 2, here we go, boys. Wait. Hit it. 2, 1. This course, speed 90. My trap. My trap.
Crowds on edge early in race 8. Big crowds, how about that?
Beautiful shot. Looking at Ineos Britannia.
20 seconds. To the right if you're going to take it. Okay.
So of course,
Stand by.
Hunter there pushing hard. Big gear changes in these puffy conditions, as I mentioned previously. Both teams going slightly smaller front sails in this race, and Ineos Britannia running a pinhead jib versus Emirates Team New Zealand's square head jib, so slightly higher head loading out of the pinhead jibs, but a reduction in the clue load. So Emirates Team New Zealand to get their sails to stand.
I feel like I wouldn't have
run
made much earlier on the tack exit.
more sheet load.
Stay focused on those shifts here, guys.
Yeah, something. Good pressure, top right, hey? Yep.
Lee McMillan trying to lock everyone else into what's happening on the racetrack. Bledemont trimming on starboard. He's the pilot on this tack. You can see his head out of the car window.
Yeah, it's all good, got it.
Actually looking at the foil and adjusting it like that. Lee McMillan trimming the sails.
Top right looks like it's a bit average for 15 seconds here.
Both boats on M2
Yeah, we're just trying
main
to figure
sails,
it
which
out.
are the middle size
get into
mains
this.
for these conditions.
This is the best breeze now.
Do you want to take a little high mate here and get in one? Or?
I think we're not looking as good top right this time round, Pistol. There's heaps straight up the middle, so you'd almost...
Oh, yeah, you'll call on...
This mode's good regardless, okay?
Yeah,
yeah. It's a little bit lighter right over my boundary, Nate. Yep. I'd be tempted to go a little early.
Yeah, you're probably getting to that next one if you want.
Okay,
yeah. 20 seconds.
Okay, happy. Hold to the next one. 15 here
Nathan
as well.
Outridge.
Yeah.
How the communication
the whole
between
way.
Outridge and Burling, it's impressive. Then look at the beautiful sail plan of the New Zealand boat, enjoying the flatter conditions, good end plating. The other thing that I'm thinking here is, we talk about VMG a lot, but today it's about VMC, so the straight line speed between the markers, as opposed to straight line speed directly into the wind. I definitely think it's between the markers day, and New Zealand, just keep the bow pointing at that top mark and you'll be there or thereabouts.
Should come back.
I think we're just on the wrong side of the fan right now.
That's good pressure right turning it. It's a little softer left. Quite soft on the left mark at the moment.
Yeah, you can left turn early jibe or right turn?
It's closer to left turn early jibe this time from what we can see. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yep, happy.
Let's watch them.
Yeah, yep.
See the little woolies on the jib there, just indicating
pressure on the other one as well.
a little bit of stall there right at the front, or sailing into a slightly bending breeze.
Emirates Team New Zealand, a little teeny splash down heading into the top gate, but that's 3 legs completed and heading downwind.
They're fine, all good this way.
Get those plastic Kiwis bouncing up and down if you've got one in your head. That's a lot of fun, right? If you're between 5 and 12. This is down at Barcelona Beach. Crowds have just stormed in over the last 4 or 5 days to soak up the atmosphere of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. Ineos Britannia.
Turning down in 3, 2, 1, all the way down.
3 legs completed, 5 to go.
2, 1. Powering up. Okay, my job.
That last upwind beat, Shirley, Team New Zealand just strung a couple of really big shifts together and just sliding away on this downwind.
Taking main. Good.
Both boats nicely locked in.
Doesn't look that great the other way, but okay.
February's just on our head pan.
Yep.
Heading into it now.
Big lefty though, isn't it? Stand by. Yeah, let's go. Forward down.
3, 2, 1, main.
Turning. 1, forward.
Ineos just rolling into a jibe. They were getting over towards the boundary. That covered the four-alarm Ineos's main swing just looks a little bit deeper in the foot to me than when we were looking at Emirates Team New Zealand earlier. The other thing that's going through my mind, this is a classic day that the meteorologists absolutely have to be on song, and Emirates Team New Zealand absolutely have one of the best. Bit of a character, but Roger Clouds Badham, I could just feel what he'd have been saying to the boys between the race, and he's picked it off for them beautifully.
Copy. How's it looking at wind blends for the next heat?
See right at the bottom right, but looks good halfway up.
Those weather calls
Out
just
turn right now with
absolutely
this.
critical to get that engine
about
mapping
8, so it'll be a raise
correct
out and back down.
for your sail plan.
So it's been pretty tough being a meteorologist in Barcelona.
So we can get a bit fast.
Hit rates not been great, I'd say.
Okay. 3,
Good job with
2,
Clouds,
1.
the world's best.
Emirates Team New Zealand have now completed 50% of race number 8, and right now they are in control of this one.
Up and over. And
Ripping one board round up there. Really, really big gust of pressure coming down that right-hand side of the course.
So
36.
what mode do you want in?
37 knots of boat speed at about 37 true wind angle, so incredible numbers.
It's not looking quite as good over here this time, but still just safer, I think, just to go all the way. Trap. Up. 2, 1.
Ineos Britannia powering into the bottom gate.
1, mate.
She was 40 odd knots flying around the mark. You've got to love technology. You've got to love AC-75s.
Massive manoeuvre there for the British, just coming in with heaps and heaps of pace on there and that big pressure, leading both boards down to get the grip to actually turn that boat around the mark and apex that turn.
Yes, slightly better speed and BMG to the Kiwis.
Let's go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Coach Ray Davies joins us once again. Gee, what do you make of your team's performance at the moment, Ray?
Oh no, look, they're going really well. I was sailing superbly. You know, these are conditions that sailors love sailing in. The shippy, puffy stuff. You hear the comms on board's fantastic. Andy and Blair chipping in a lot. Really, really good. And you know, they're joining the dots and sailing in some really, really nice lanes. And one of the best pre-starts we've done, I think, that last one. So it's really, really good.
Yeah, nice work. Good coaching, Ray. We're also enjoying the comms. I mean, it feels like Nathan is leading that discussion. How much have you worked on that?
Look, yeah, a huge amount. You know, all the teams have got to work on that, and they've got a good little unit going there for sure. And, you know, you're hearing Andy and Blair chip in as well. So, yeah, it's letting, you know, all of them share that. Everyone gets a different view and perspective. So it's, you know, shared consciousness going on there, and it's really, really good to see.
Okay, thanks, Ray.
Massive team effort by both teams, and
should come right from here.
People behind the scenes,
back left.
Sure, both these boats racing around the track.
They're going to have to take the left turn as well, unless they pinch real hard.
Is that better, Andy?
Yeah, it's nice. Very nice. Yeah, all the way here too? Yeah, looks okay, yes. Not like amazing, but it's okay. It normally comes right. A little bit of breeze on here instead. Lifting. That's pretty normal this stage. It's about 15 to boundary. Boundary tack and 10.
So hard if you're trailing in these conditions. There really is only one way to go.
I think this will come right again at some stage.
Unfortunately, the British team is really indeed the dregs out of the chaff bag at the moment. There's not a whole lot there for them to be able to dig their way back into this from that early deficit at the top mark.
Pressure up here on the right.
Stand by. 2, 1, forward. 2, 1, mate. Starting. Very well. 2, 1, go forward. Should lay here.
Little gains though, surely back to Ineos Britannia, so putting Emirates Team New Zealand well and truly in the crosshairs. Trying to just minimise that distance and dig their way back in.
Emirates Team New Zealand. That's another leg completed. Another leg closer towards a 6-2 lead. Still plenty of legs left in the tank in this one.
Big push, you guys. Nice. Over the top didn't quite link up.
Family just loving what they are seeing in the Kiwi corner here in Barcelona, which is parked right next door towards the base as Ineos Britannia round the mark and head down.
Hey, 2, 1, 2 boys, 100.
Oh, Windward heel I have to be careful of here. British team, nice catch.
30. 40. Okay, my trap. Need to drive there.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.55 nautical miles.
Need to see a little bit more enthusiasm from the fans in there.
Yeah, it's just sort of soft in the middle, so just, as you say, split breeze.
They've got a pretty nice little
Both boats are up to speed.
Going better directly in front of us,
sailing at the same depths of their sails downwind as they are upwind.
But all good.
Super efficient sail plan there. Marius van der Poel, Louis Crosby ticking along at the moment. Certainly in cruise mode once the boat's in a straight line and the sails have been adjusted for best performance.
And 3, 2, 1, 4, 2.
Cruise mode though, more than what most people could put out at peak.
A different configuration on the Kiwi boat. The cyclers are at the back, trimmer at the front.
Take the right early tag.
Just going light here for a sec, and then there's a good one over our shoulder.
Yeah, it's good in front, so just keep buzzing.
I think I'll have a quick look just before boundary. This is like obviously good ride and good pressures. This is the one we're trying to link up.
Just explaining what they'll be wanting to do on the next upwind leg. So planning the chess moves 4 or 5 moves in advance, which is absolutely what you need to do as you're sailing through the pressure and the lulls so quickly.
And 3.
You're hoping that decisions evolve. You don't have to make them in a hurry.
Maybe feeling a little light just down here. But good. Thinking cross with an early-ish tack if they do 2 jobs. I think that'll be better, won't it? I think so.
Down bottom. Right.
So right turn is out, Andy.
Yep.
Big push coming up for the cyclor team. Yes. One board rounding.
The defender completes leg number 6, and the number 6 will have been a number at the top of their mind coming into race day 5.
Okay, Andy, you got eyes on him?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, so let's keep it going. Yeah, having the hole.
2-board call. Ineos Britannia.
Yeah, nice spot. What were you thinking?
Any options at the moment, unfortunately, for them.
Right turn. Yeah, board down 2-1 now.
Ineos Britannia following the leader, chasing Emirates Team New Zealand. What can they do? Is there anything they can do right now?
That was an absolute ripping rounding on board the British boat. Exceptional performance. That was an absolute beauty.
Really good right here at the moment. I think we tacked to Lewin. Okay, stand by. Yep. Board. 2, 1, mate. Turning. Very well.
Onto the Ineos Britannia chase boat with coach Rob Wilson. Rob, where to now?
We've just got to keep pushing for this one, and hope they make a mistake. The issue is the shifts once you get ahead are pretty clear on the water. So you know, they got the first one on that first beat, and the Kiwis have done a real good job since then.
Yeah, it's a hard racetrack, isn't it, if you're not ahead. We heard some comms on board, some frustration around rudder immersion. Do you know what's going on there?
Yeah, we've had 3 moments with the rudder in this race. We hit something, I think, on the first beat when they're on the right boundary. So I suspect there's just a little bit of leading edge damage on that rudder, which is just causing the little spin outs downwind. So they're just having to back off on the pitch a little bit.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate the time and insight, buddy.
Thank you.
Take cover. Remain, boys.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, changing the axis of the final leg to 310.
Kind of happy to lay on here.
Nice puff in the middle here. Looks like the best pressure on that side. Just what gate do you want? Go to late at the moment. It is a left facer.
They've gone.
I think we keep going straight for now. Just hooking up in one as well.
When you talk about race day, you talk about how things can change in a day. This is a complete flip, of what we saw 2 days ago, and how both boats have been sailed. I don't think anyone picked what we are seeing right now.
Two very close starts in both races, but really a master class from this unit here. Have not put a foot wrong. Really picked their way through the racetrack with amazing confidence.
Nice breeze to go left.
It's been getting those first two shifts really right, I think, Shirley. It's given the early advantage and very, very difficult for the trailing boat to be able to dig their way back in.
That's going right.
Left.
Yep.
Emirates Team New Zealand
Anytime, mate.
have not done too much wrong in race number 8. And it is going to be, if they stay in this position, a monumental shift in the America's Cup match.
2, 1, hard as you want.
7 legs done.
Pressure does look better.
Next
on the
gate
drive.
is the finish line.
Happy if you get soft.
And Emirates Team New Zealand fans will be just starting to feel a little bit giddy.
Britannia just about to sail into a really big puff as they come into the top of the course there. So I'm hoping to get a little wind out of that.
And make this if we want here.
The other mark is biased, but
Okay, yeah, pressure's good the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, stand by. And board.
2, 1, made.
Ineos Britannia, they will complete leg number 6 and head down. And interesting what Coach Rob Wilson had said about that potential rudder issue.
Now all the way.
Back and away.
Any imperfection on the very leading edge of the rudder absolutely can cause a disaster. It can trip the flow. Super highly loaded, those small rudders, so any imperfection can trip the flow and actually spin the rudder out. So big loss of control there.
Top here, jibe here, or big let down. Okay, yeah, still left shift if you want to take it.
Okay, let's go.
Board down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Turning.
1, 2, 1, board.
Good shift here.
Oh, it looks sweet to Lord. It's a set wheel. Have to go here. Let's go.
It's a 1,000-metre advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand. To me, leg 7 will go down as one to remember, where New Zealand just hooked up beautiful wind shift as they work their way up the conveyor belt, coming upwind to double their lead, or just under double their lead. That was a massive upwind for Emirates Team New Zealand as they head down the final leg to the finish.
It's just better thing.
I asked Ian Murray, the race director, this morning what kind of day we had in store, and he said it is a sailor's day. And that is exactly what we've seen. It has been full head out the boat, picking your way through such a complicated racetrack. It has been a masterclass from the Kiwis.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the breeze, because that could be the last of it for a while.
Friday, the 18th of October, 2024, off the coast of Barcelona, is going to prove at this point to be a monumental day for the Defender.
Right, park up
Emirates Team New Zealand have moved to match point in the match and lead 6-2.
Who sent through the applause?
It's broadcast, I think. Watch him put up. I'll just sail out to the rib on the bow. Nice, guys.
Soft applause from the boss, Grant Dalton. They still know there's work to do, right? You may be at match point, but it's not over till it's over.
No one knows that more than the Kiwi team.
Having to just hold board here, but copy. You're well. Yeah. Tough one, guys. Not over yet. Yeah. Go.
Confirmation from Ben Ainsley. It's not over yet. Always the fight, and Ineos Britannia crossed the line to complete race number 8 in the match.
We want to drop sails.
And that's all we want to hear. This race is live. By the end of this race, the match could still be alive, or one team will be thinking about raising the old mug. There's the score. Defender 6, Challenger 2.
Nice breeze here, around about 8 knots, so boats should be on the foils, both on big sails. Nice flat water conditions. Expect some engagement.
Emirates Team New Zealand coming in from port at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They're cutting it right to the bone, and bang, look at that. Green light in, coming from starboard. It will be Ineos Britannia, 2 minutes and counting.
Happy with the plan, okay? Line's pretty square.
Time to go racing.
Shive if you want. Down here. 2, 1, made.
40 knots of boat speed and 8 knots of true wind speed. Very, very flat water. Expect the British team to be sailing up the exhaust pipe of Emirates Team New Zealand to put pressure on them in the pre-start.
Yours, Ben. They may potentially look to double track out of this. Quite low in the box again.
That's good angle.
Killing a minute 10,
good time, so
very low.
they're
going to be early.
Round up there.
Coming down.
I think we jibe on them and then...
Big push coming up from the Cyclor team in these upcoming manoeuvres.
Oil.
On the boundary.
Just watch them. Nice. They've gone inside. Ready to go here.
Ineos Britannia jibing inside.
My wheel. Copy.
Smooth, that's boat lay.
A lot of dirty air. Emirates Team New Zealand having to deal with at the moment.
Up out.
Down here.
Board out.
All the way.
Half heel. Pushing. Full speed when we get there. Keep pushing down. 2.
Ineos Britannia attacking with them, making life difficult.
Go board down, stand by. 2.
Emirates Team New Zealand now
They're
tackling.
trying to go back in front of you.
British having to avoid as the giveaway boat.
2, 1 board.
A lot of dirty air for Emirates Team New Zealand to deal with. They have to punch through here.
For the line.
Killing 11, killing 10.
Really well controlled by the British this pre-start. Massive chance in this light airs that the Kiwis get into trouble.
British doing a really nice job.
Breeze right is okay.
Pressing now.
Go through, so go above.
Stand by, boys.
Up and 5.
Here we go, boys. Head it. Killing 3.
3.
All the way, go hard. All the way up.
Race 9 in the match, and the race towards history continues on the Mediterranean.
I trap. Good trap.
That's a big moment. Surely Emirates Team New Zealand having to tack away. British winning that start.
Okay, so we are in a little lifty, but
Nice phase.
It was pretty even that start, wasn't it? The British were slightly faster, 1 knot faster.
Yeah, I think you can get back before the boundary.
I agree, they're going to be... Yeah, we're actually done all right here, guys, so it's trending right.
Hey,
Once you
go
feel
in
your
the
best
best
spot.
spot. Your call, Blue.
10 seconds, that's going to have enough boundary too. 10 seconds. Good.
Yeah.
So for those wondering what the inside of an AC-75 cockpit looks like, Nathan Outridge on the wheel at the moment.
The screen on the left gives you all the course information.
Faster. Keep pressing here to build.
Emirates Team New Zealand right away
Strong
boat.
here, they're ducking.
British having to duck early.
Angle.
Happy on the wind?
Nothing in this race.
Get a little more transition later. Yep.
20 boundary. Okay, just amateur at the moment. There's a little more inside of us.
Stand by.
Very good start by Ineos. I had them slightly ahead with New Zealand having to peel and come over to the right. The New Zealanders then got a little bit more pressure and a punch forward to win that vital first cross.
Okay, they continue for now.
Breezes still on the mean to left side.
That was the cross. The Kiwis did well on that right-hand side of the track. There's a bit of a shift also. A touch more pressure.
Just lefty at the moment, unfortunately. How's it look, Les?
There's a pressure line kind of, 2 metres to our right.
Yeah.
Looks better on that side, I'd say.
On the right?
Yeah.
They're just going around us a little bit in that lefty. They look like they're building for attack. They will cross at the moment. They're tapping here.
One more build, easy cross.
Oh, we have to go past here, Ben. Yeah, they will cross there.
More on YouTube, they're still here. Yeah, sorry, I just rushed it a bit. Okay. We'll increase in 5 here.
The breeze on the bow there. Surely
We're 40
British team
seconds from boundary. We
sailing
can get
into
to
what
the
Emirates Team New Zealand have just got their nose into.
Classic work done. They won't have heaps of leverage above here, but I think just not afraid to do 2 tags. I think there's our play here. They've got 2s to go as well. You could go up. I don't think you'll have time to accelerate and hit, so it's just best position to the top. If you can lay, they're probably taking left as well.
It's
Nathan Outridge again there on the wheel.
We've had this before.
Steering the AC75. Obviously can't see all the numbers there, but that left screen is the tactical software screen for the race management.
Trending right slightly.
Your call, mate.
Big gains on them.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, lengthening to 1.8 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 185.
Just keep going and go. No, keep going. Just there's breeze here.
Yeah, looking at the course, a bit more pressure in the right. Now, we've seen this trend here before where it builds from the left, but then as it stabilises, the right-hand side gets quite strong. And that's that's the game Emirates Team New Zealand at the moment. I'm sure they've looked at the course and like what they're seeing.
You want to go here? Or you want to go all the way?
Your call. Happy to do 2.
I think I'm happy to go here.
Kiwis have done so well up here in phase with the shifts.
2, 1.
Be a touch of pace, also getting them out of trouble.
Still need more.
Just really important to get that first shift. British did a great job at the start, but
normal build.
Only Ray Davies and the team will know whether that was the plan to hit that right-hand side early on. Hopefully we can find out later on whether that was the plan or not.
They're caving down into this righty now.
Just underneath this righty, so...
Emirates Team New Zealand definitely getting those first 2 shifts. Closer angle to that top mark than their opponents, Ineos Britannia.
Always got nice pressure.
I just want to pick right in the meat of it, Pete. No, it's good.
Quite light at the top of the track. Seeing a maximum of 8 knots.
For this tack.
Well, it's just absolutely ripping upwind. 30 knots of boat speed going upwind. Around 8 knots of breeze, so extreme performance for not a lot of breeze.
Emirates Team New Zealand are about to complete leg 1 of 6 in race number 9. They got beaten at the start, but they have certainly put the foot on the pedal. Upwind on leg number 1 of 6. Long way to go, though. Both these boats are fast.
2, 1, rolling away. All yours. Happy with that, Andy? Yeah. I haven't had a good look right now, but from what I saw,
fans in Kiwi corner understandably happy. Why wouldn't you be? But fans of Ineos Britannia will also see that their boat is once again hunting and chasing.
Working away.
Down. Okay, 2. 100. 1. Boys. 20.
Yeah, I think we're clear, Ben.
My trap. Yours.
Any times.
2, 1, and put down.
The crowd's on edge. They're always on edge. It's always that first couple of legs. You're wondering how it's going to unfold.
It was a tough upwind leg for Ineos Britannia. Really dominated that pre-start. They expected more from that for sure. Kiwis look very slippery. Not putting a foot wrong.
So with these flatter water conditions, boats much easier to sail, a lot easier day for Andy Maloney and Blair Tuke and Lee McMillan and Bledmont flight controllers.
Start to toe left from here, I imagine. It looks really even down with speed, strength-wise.
Yeah, just trying to get altitude.
Nice, bro. Good there. Should be nice with some good right here. Here we go. Should be a lot more left down the bottom. This one lasted a while on the way up, so...
They're just getting to that side of us now, so...
British sailing into a little more pressure down that side, Shirley, so potentially a couple of gains there, having to sail punch through that vortex of dirty air from Emirates Team New Zealand, but they won't be wanting to see what they're seeing out the front of the boat at the moment.
Left here. Looks a little bit light. Stand by. Fine, forward down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Ineos just roll into their jibe over on the left-hand boundary. Both boats on their M1, biggest mainsail, and their J1 jibs, and they, even in these very light air, the boats look so dynamic. But still got to be very careful to keep both boats on the foils through the manoeuvres.
I agree with Peter there. Very, very easy to spin the rudder out with these big mainsails on, so more aerodynamic loading at the back of the boat, which loads up that little skinny rudder more than it would do in windier conditions, so having to make sure you've got good rudder immersion in those turns, otherwise you can spin out and splash down, so right on the knife's edge.
How we developed 9.5s have now sort of got a little bit to build here.
This flat water conditions, it does look like the boat is on rails. The way they keep the distance off the water.
I think this
millimetre precision there, it's so impressive.
Yeah, you're happy to go lay, but I think it might be nice on the way back, is what I'm saying.
With the flattest water we've seen here for the match in Barcelona.
I think you guys get FM10.
Boats creating their own wind speed as they sail downwind, about 4.5 times wind speed.
Button and port.
Best chance to look now, Andy. I'm kind of blind.
Okay.
To me, I kind of feel like a right turn's good, but...
Yeah, I agree. That looks nice.
But it's a bit soft in that corner.
I think you extend like 100 metres and then we might have a good option to go across.
Nathan and Andy there.
It is a left phase here, that's the only thing.
Are they laying in?
Yes, sure, it's a tight lay, but...
Go right, Mark. Way faster manoeuvre.
Huge trust between these sailors.
Emirates Team New Zealand hitting to that bottom gate and holding a steady margin on Ineos Britannia, and it's steady. They take the right-hand turn. You heard them talking about it. They said, yeah, looks good. Well, it's good, and around they go. A third of the race distance done for the Defender.
Right phase.
Take any off your hand now so I can get a little edge.
Family and friends right amongst it. It's Ineos Britannia, a third away through race number 9.
Beautiful mark rounding there for the British boat. See the ride height today of both boats, really, really flying the boats high, so trying to reduce the hydrodynamic drag on those foils, but still having enough grip.
2, 1, 8,
turning. Very wide. 2, 1, board. Come back, grip. Gates, as I'd say there. They might go on his head.
And board.
That we should be clear now. That's spot.
Ineos Britannia have closed the gap. Good gains at the bottom end of the track.
Emirates Team New Zealand paying a little bit of tax, coughing up a little bit of their lead to take control of this race, putting themselves in between their opponents in the top mark.
They're just living through to leeward, but they've had to compromise their VMG for this.
To be honest, Betty, I'd want to go with again.
I think that's, I'm happy with that.
They're fired. Oh, do you want to go shaggy?
It'll ride here, yeah. Let's go, give it enough, we can actually wide mode.
And they're just crossing your line now.
Okay, there's another line in 10.
Board with Pete Burling on the starboard side. That wire rim there to satisfy a rule requirement.
Those ones we saw at the top,
obviously not needed.
It's come down the course a bit
to hang on to, but they're for meeting the rules of the class.
Don't want to give them too much leverage that side.
Almost in zone.
Buttons on board operating a lot of the sail control, Cunningham's settings on board the yacht.
Fine, board tip. That's very easy, but
keen to protect right from up here, I think.
A lot of separation. Emirates Team New Zealand carried all the way over to the right-hand lay line, and that's given Ineos a lot of separation on the left.
Yeah.
Ineos now have tacked because they were over here on the boundary, but Emirates Team New Zealand are certainly just playing the pressure shifts up the second one would be.
Big gains, Shirley, for the British team. They've lined up a couple of nice shifts there.
Breeze just here in 10 seconds.
Do you want to take it? Yes, so let's go.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shifting the course axis to 193.
And they've gone back, so I think you want to squash them that way. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think so. Just it's a good number, then let's go back. It's the danger side right now.
Definitely more pressure on that right-hand side of the course, so British happy for Emirates Team New Zealand to tack on so they could immediately tack away.
Okay, they come back.
Thinking that they're sailing into more pressure and better shift, and they're making gains on that right side of the course, Shirley.
Yeah, we've had a little right shift as well.
Digging their way well and truly back into this. About 10 degrees different in both angles there. They will take a big chunk of distance out of Emirates Team New Zealand on this next exchange. And they will be the right away boat. They've really closed the gap here.
2, 1, port down. You're well. See the keep it bouncing into the plane.
Just enough room, wasn't there, for the Kiwis to defend.
They're out.
British immediately tacking away. They would have been straight into getting a face full of mud.
Come on, let's go.
Haven't got far to go to build speed and re-tack. Emirates Team New Zealand having to decide now what to do.
We talk about those shovels always, about getting them out. Well, Ineos Britannia have certainly got the shovels out and they are making gains.
Ineos just tacking. As we look across, Emirates Team New Zealand are going to be ahead, but my word, Ineos are really taking it to the Kiwis here. Ineos' last tack from starboard to port, they just had a touch-and-go touchdown, but they're continuing to make good gains on the Kiwis, working this right-hand side of the track.
Ineos Britannia did so well there. They really used their speed. Apparently hanging in that high lane.
Left mark real strong.
This will be a battle of the high modes here. Both boats in a high, slow mode. British team having to survive.
Dive through the lure.
I think we do 26.
Put a swing if you want.
25.
It's probably about 70 is your angle. They're pressing hard in the upper.
26. Not yet. Good, nice work, Dylan. 27.
Ineos Britannia doing well to hang in there, but both boats are over ley line.
29.
Kiwis holding the British up.
Split from them at the top. Okay, you're well.
Yeah, mine.
Right, try still better.
How good is this? A drag race to the top gate and monster gains by Britannia.
Try an early dive on that
Let's go to tack out.
Expect to see a split at the top here.
1, more down.
Both teams, top gate, halfway through, race number 9 of the match.
Let's go.
Hit it, lads.
Adam. And board. That's a nice position for us, boys.
20, 38. Pretty nice.
Big wind shift coming through, Shirley. Big right-hand shift.
Let's go on board the chase boat for Ineos Britannia. Rob Wilson joins us once again when it's getting really tight, Rob. Beautiful job upwind.
Yeah, they left the door open very slightly on that second beat, which gave us a route back in just on the right side. And, you know, we're just pressing down that side now, hoping to get further into them.
Rob, how volatile is this racetrack?
It's been tricky with the building breeze. There's quite a big shift range, and you know, the ride was pretty good on that last beat, but there's still some shift to play with for sure.
Lots to play for. Leave you alone.
Thank you.
Got one more pulse before the boundary.
I think he is there.
Little pulse coming here.
Little increase coming here.
New Zealand made a pretty nice gain by taking that right-hand side off the top mark. I think there was just a little bit more pressure, so they've just extended as you come down to the halfway on this downwind leg. But this is an absolute beauty of a race.
Yep, I've just pulled my helmet and goggles out of the cupboard and put them on in the commentary booth here. How about you, Shirley? Fantastic battle.
Good lifty on the other side. So.
2, 1, and 4.
Both teams having to execute their manoeuvres perfectly to maintain a best performance of both boats. Accuracy is key in this type of days.
They've gone just on lane. Should we want to
handlebars now.
try for left mark here?
Yes. Yep.
Gains back to Ineos Britannia again, coming in
good down the inside. Looks like
on that right-hand side, sailing slightly more pressure at the moment than Emirates Team New Zealand.
That's going to be difficult for him. Yeah. Get me on the sail or not?
Yes.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.7 nautical miles.
Just below the youngster.
Yep. Okay. It would be a pretty good move, I think, but what do you...
Just want to defend the right.
I can take either mark right now, it's good for me. Have a look at the wind, Blue.
I think we'll
it's good right, actually. I'm happy to go, if you're making it okay, I'm happy to go right.
Yeah,
yep. Left mark. Single. Happy on single board?
Yeah.
The defender continues to lead as they complete leg number 4, but look who's closing again. Ineos Britannia, 4 legs completed, 2 to go.
Really close right up to the surface there, Emirates Team New Zealand. Big right-hand shift and pressure at the moment. Ineos Britannia laying in, but deciding to split and take it on the mark. So big right-hand shift at the bottom of the course at the moment with pressure.
Just go flat here. Okay, good pressure here. It's a bit of a lefty if you're going to take it. A little bit of pressure.
We know this is tight. We know this is tight. And it is a classic match race here in Barcelona.
Yep. Okay, stand by. Yep. 2, 1,
Let's go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Ray Davies. How are the nerves? How are the nerves? This is tight.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, it's a pretty tight race, and we're seeing a trend to the right. The right side was obviously very strong up that second beat, and we're on the right-hand side of them at the moment. But, you know, they're not letting us get away with it easily here. It's all on, that's for sure. It's good.
How confident are you that you can hold them?
Going a little high, mate, I think.
Oh, no, I think we're going all right. I think we're just going to settle into a better beat here, protecting the right. The right side seems pretty strong. There's sort of breeze improving and slowly going right. So, yeah, the gains have been out this side. So, yeah, I'm happy with what you're doing at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Ray.
You happy with that?
This seems nice left. Starting to go right again.
Starting to come right pretty quick. I can go any time here. I think a little further for the wind.
You're looking at the wind field. Looks good where Ineos Britannia are heading. More pressure on that left-hand side. It is not straightforward.
Yep.
Saw how much ground Ineos Britannia made up on that second beat, pulling out
5.
almost 180 metres out of Emirates Team New Zealand on that work. So lots of shifts, lots to play for. And a big amount of leverage at the moment. Both boats on opposite sides of the course. So.
It's not coming. Right.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shifting the axis of the final leg to 206.
Going to come right here, or there's a little more.
Emirates Team New Zealand have just hooked into a little bit of a right hand. I think it's more pressure than shift on this right hand side as Ineos tack over on the left. Still really close. You can see that advantage line is just in favour of the Kiwis. But Ineos are not going away, very evenly matched.
Keep the boat ripping in this riding.
Emirates Team New Zealand on starboard tack right away boat. Ineos Britannia having to give way, but
going flat now, mate.
right-hand shift will favour Emirates Team New Zealand now. It's what they do with it. Do they hit or do they keep going straight?
They're on intersection. You can get a little bit further here.
That is the correct move in that position.
Yeah, as Ray said, also Kiwis like that right-hand side, nervous of it, want to defend it.
Wing wash right on top of Emirates Britannia. They have to bail from there to keep their boat sailing at max performance. Keep the air intake clean.
Hang high out of the stack. One board. A little bit. Hey boys. How's it look up in?
One and button.
Kiwis going with them.
Way on this tack.
Loose cover, shepherding them over to the left-hand side.
I got it.
Nice guys.
Don't load. Yeah, don't be too aggressive on the build here. That's nice.
Nathan Outridge now on course management and eyes on their opponent on the downwind side of the boat on the left.
That's going to be in 5.
Yes.
A little further. 3, 2, 1. Probably just a ley line.
It's a carbon copy of the last manoeuvre, just lining their opponents up so they're right in their exhaust gas.
Side was good out here this time. It's a bit more even across the course.
It's only 10 delay.
Yep.
Still sitting on your hips.
Going a little over.
Give it a couple of lengths.
Both boats lined up, coming directly to the starboard ley line. The New Zealanders have gained on this upward leg by just pumping the right-hand side. But still pretty close, but New Zealand look pretty comfortable.
Easy though, they're going to have to go way further. Nice medium.
But it's not massive riding.
The British now having to do 2 manoeuvres if they want to split at the top. So
there was more halfway up, eh?
Both boats needing to be locked in on this top side.
Yep.
The cool heads of Emirates Team New Zealand. This is the final upwind leg.
And all the way.
They turn the boat downward and they're on course for history.
2, 1 down. 2, 1 late.
Emirates Britannia.
Pull away around.
Final top gate rounding.
British team having to tack there to keep their air clean. They would have been a lot of vortex and disturbed air to sail around behind Emirates Team New Zealand. They'll be hoping for some pressure down that side of the course.
Taking main.
Costly, those manoeuvres, aren't they? Look at the meters.
Every manoeuvre about a 2-boat length loss upwind. The British having no choice in that particular case, having to split away.
Come back. Yeah. Quite different angles. Quite big angle, different at the moment. Yeah, can take it if you want.
Fine. Board down.
3, 2, 1, main.
Turning.
Don't mind.
2, 1. And board.
Emirates Britannia running out of options.
Hey boys.
Still another manoeuvre or 2 for Emirates Team New Zealand. Needing to keep concentrating and keep locked in.
Starting to lift here again. They could be open whether we step down or carry on. Not heaps in it.
Nothing like amazing here. We're just going to get knocked for a little bit longer here. We're just running on the edge of a little bit of pressure.
Bottom edge?
Yeah, we're just in it nicely. Yeah, bottom edge we're out. 120
minutes. I think I'll get heaps further right than this.
Very calm comms on Emirates Team New Zealand, feeding in the information from both sides.
Boats nice and easy to sail and steer in these flat water conditions, so it's all about sailing off your numbers, making sure you're sailing the boat at absolute maximum performance.
I think we're good all the way here.
Sail it to its design targets.
Yeah, I'll just get boundary job. 20 seconds.
Yep, all good.
Potentially one more jibe for Emirates Team New Zealand. The British jibing back.
Got it, mate.
I'll be hoping for a mistake in this next manoeuvre.
2, 1, board.
New Zealand are one of the most storied teams in America's Cup history. They have won the Cup twice, and they have defended it twice. But this one is just a little bit special.
Taking out of it in that one, please.
Here in Barcelona, we are witnessing Emirates Team New Zealand deliver a Mediterranean masterclass. They are about to become the first team in modern history to lift the trophy 3 times in a row. You better believe it. The three-peat is complete, and Emirates Team New Zealand win the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup.
Count me in.
2, 1.
Beautiful, boys.
Massive congratulations to all the team at Emirates Team New Zealand. Very, very well sailed.
Awesome.
Great campaign.
They were so impressive, weren't they? And the few times they were challenged, they just came back stronger.
But let us not forget the valiant challenge from Ineos Britannia. They threw everything at them. Everything. And they must too be congratulated.